Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Really? I guess. But then, I don't know. By the end, it seemed like majority of the people had a really good time.
That's good. I like it when people have good times.
Yeah. So, Chris, he was really pretty happy. I was happy. I would say overall, it was a great night. How about you?
Made some Impossible cheeseburger pie at home.
That must have been hard.
Yeah, it's in the name.
Impossible. Hung out with the fam a little bit. I had a TV
Took pictures of the Berlin Wall.
I did. Kings are undefeated since the Berlin Wall was unveiled at my house. I had a TV.
You unveiled it at your house?
We unveiled a little like blanket. I held it up. I had a TV show I wanted to watch at 7. I had to go pick up my son from basketball, which never gets out on time.
Yeah.
So I left there got there at 7:30.
So you watched some basketball.
Did you ever talk to the coach?
I at 7:39 I called Melissa and I said, "Look, just so you know,
at 7:39."
It was exactly 7:39 because I remember I looked down at my phone. It was 9 minutes after the practice was supposed to end. This is an ongoing thing. So I called my wife and I said, "Look, I just want you to know I'm going to light the coach up a little bit today. Like, this isn't good. He keeps doing this."
You're talking to a fellow coach there.
That's exactly why I called her.
In the coaching community.
Basically getting permission to light him up. And she was like, "Don't light the coach up. Okay, can you just politely, like, remember it's your son. You're not that kind of dad." You're right. I'm going to very respectfully say, is there if I give you money, will you start, like, can I pay you to end? I don't know what to do. If I get you I will pay for a subscription to Quick Quack Car Wash. I don't know what it's going to take for you to end these practices on time. I will buy you an actual timer that will go off right with 5 minutes left in the practice, and I'll set it remotely. So what can help me help you? So anyways, I go in the end of practice, sitting on the bleed, getting ready for it to all wrap up. And then all the kids go back into the little kid locker room or whatever to do their whatever. And my son comes out. And I waited about a minute. Coach was in there doing something. And I went, "Okay, I can't. We'll do this some other time." And I didn't get a chance to say anything. We had other things to do.
Yeah.
Get home, and also I added something to the evening yesterday because I was at the store. I've been toying around with getting this espresso machine for the house. Right. I went, you know what? Why don't I just try this cheaply first? So I was just randomly getting some stuff for dinner earlier, and I go down the aisle of a Rayleigh's, of all things, is where I was at. And there's like a $15 little metal kettle for one-off espressos and like a $6 handheld or battery-held milk frother. And I went, okay, let's do this. So I got that and some a can of espresso. And I went home and you put it on the stove. It's super old school. It whistles when it's done. You pour the thing and whatever. And it actually tasted good. I put a little shot of white chocolate syrup in there and some caramel. Looks like I get it the fancy place. And it was nice. And I sipped a mug of, it was about, I don't know. It was before I picked him up. So what, it was about 6:30. Let me tell you, what a mistake by me.
Huh.
Oh my God. You know what time the last time I looked at the clock last night, 1:23.
Oof.
I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
Now, granted, other things probably happened to pump me up. I was tossing and turning and just, okay, I'll just grab my phone here. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Like, retweet. Look at that. Go back to sleep. Try to go to sleep. I feel weirdly enough really good, which means gonna crash.
Yeah, it's coming.
And I got a date after the show too. I got to go down to the arena and grab some stuff, and then I'm meeting an old friend for, speaking of, coffee afterwards. I won't say who, but I will say he's about 7'1", beard. What else? What is he like? Not originally from around here.
Bill Walton.
Yes.
Brad Miller.
Yes. Both of them.
Brad Walton.
Brad
You know,
Walton.
that would be, can I bump into you guys if that were to actually happen?
That would
Oh,
be
hey!
that'd be a wonderful round table. By
Yeah.
the way, that would be Brad.
Like,
and
I
Bill.
wouldn't want to talk at all. I would just sit and listen.
Just sit back, listen, and learn. The gamut of emotions. Just so everybody knows, this is usually where we screw around in this segment, but not after last night. We're just going to screw around a little bit. This is all. We're wall-to-wall Kings today. Katie's going to join us. The gamut of emotions last night. I don't think I've ever felt that as a Kings fan in one game. I don't know. And this is one of those hyperbole days where I got to try to force myself to slow down, look at history. And I go, okay, well, Game 7 last year, we can all agree Game 7 was more important than yesterday.
Benchmark win.
Yeah. But I don't know, other than just being so hyped for the game, it didn't take that long for the Kings to start getting their necks stepped on in Game 7, and it never got better. This was build up to the game, build up from earlier this year twice, preseason, Game 7 of last year, and oh, by the way, decades of being the little brother, especially over the last 10, 15 years. And then you go out and you just crap the bed on all levels. And I'm so thankful to myself that I've matured at least enough to say things like, I'll wait till the end of the game because there's still time. But as far as the first half goes, I remember saying, everyone crapped the bed pretty much. Pretty much Mike Brown crapped the bed with that challenge. That's the worst challenge I've probably ever seen in my life.
It didn't even make any sense.
It still makes no sense.
Yeah. Like, what was the net win if it went well?
They saved Duarte a foul.
And they have another timeout.
Ooh.
Okay, and another challenge. But, none of it made sense.
Nonsensical. Now, look, Mike Brown's reigning coach of the year. He is, he has the longest possible leash. This is a guy that is one of the core reasons why this team is where it is right now. That doesn't make you immune to not only making mistakes, being held accountable for those mistakes.
Absolutely. De'Aaron's the best player on this team. He made mistakes and he'll make more. Right? They all do. That didn't make yes.
It made no, and in the context, and by the way, I say I'm pretty sure most, if not all Kings fans, all but the most level-headed, I think optimistic, let me just say level-headed Kings fans, we're feeling the same way. De'Aaron looked off. The whole team looked off. Do we even need to get into the free throw situation? I was keeping a running total last night of free throws that they were missing and using it in context. last year in Game 7, the Kings missed 11 free throws. In 2002, the Kings missed 14 free throws. And I believe last night, I got to double check this here, but I know
De'Aaron missed 9 himself or something like that.
De'Aaron was atrocious from the free throw line. They missed 11 in Game 7 last year, 14 in Game 7 of 2002 when they went 16-30. They missed 15 free throws last night, more than those other 2 games.
Yeah.
Two of the most notorious playoff chokes in Kings history.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of playoffs.
It was getting to the point where, whistle. Yes. Oh, no. They're going back to the line. Like, it wasn't, hey, foul Draymond Green. Yeah, foul Curry. Cool. Uh-oh. Someone's got to go back to that free throw line.
There's a lot to break down from the game. Had the Kings lost, first off, there'd be a far different tone to the program, and I would probably be day drinking, which I don't even drink, but I would try it. What I do not want to hear, though, is anything about the refs. Kind of like Mike Brown. You can make mistakes. There were bad calls last night. There were bad calls that affected the Kings last night. That Duarte foul on Curry, the push-off was garbage. And I'm not going to sit here and say the refs won the game for the Kings either, but I need Kings fans to also recognize that they got a win last night that notoriously is a type of win that we rightfully so cry about in a loss. Like, the Kings went to the line over 20 times in a quarter. The Kings went to the line 42 times yesterday. I don't want to hear anything about refs and bias at all. Now, I'm not saying they didn't deserve it, but my goodness gracious, the Kings, by all accounts, probably should have lost last night. Shot less from the field, shot less from 3, 64% from the line, whereas the Warriors were 26 of 30. But they didn't. There was a lot of heart and soul and passion and whatever it takes. It was every question that needed to be answered going into last night, I think, was answered, and then some. So we're going to take a break. When we return, we'll lead everything off. It is Kings Central with a couple other news things spread in, including a guest of ours on the unemployment line. We'll tell you about that as well. And we'll talk to a lot of smiling Kings fans, the dead opposite of the frowns you might find. The shape of dog poops in your backyard if you're not using Supreme Source Super Premium dog food. Bark. Yeah, that's right. I'm going from Kings win to talking about dog poop because that's just how it's done. Supreme Source is the fastest growing premium dog food company in the whole country, and they're not some conglomerate either. There's no shareholders. It's privately owned, which means the only people they listen to, well, they're not people, they're dogs. Antioxidants, seaweed, all this stuff that's tested and approved to make sure that not only is it healthy for your poochies, but they also like it. That's kind of important. 6 flavors, all interchangeable, so you have to wean them off of one to go to the other. 3 different sizes, which you can pick up at Smart & Final, Winco, Safeway. You can get more information as well, SupremeSource.com. Supreme Source Super Premium, a dog of food. More for your puppy's tummy. Then rub it. We'll take a quick 30-second break just so we can stretch and be ready. Leading off. Next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app. Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Fox from the logo, creeping forward. Now in 2-point range, backs out, hooks a pass to Herter. Herter swings to the right side to Monk, attacks the baseline, jab step. Now he keeps the dribble alive, gets in the paint. Tough ball away, bank shot is good! Malik Monk somehow banks it home. 7.4 seconds to go. 124-123 Kings. Here's Curry. He'll try to get a shot off to win it. It's on the way. It's front rim short. The Sacramento Kings will advance in most dramatic fashion. It's 124-123, and full-blown late-season pandemonium reigns at Golden Run Center. Fans on their feet, waving the rally towels, savoring the moment after a most improbable, desperate step-back two-point shot from Malik Monk was banked home. And the Kings get the victory by 1. Vazenkov, fist raised in the air, embraced now by members of the coaching staff for his contribution late. And a night when free throws didn't fall for Sacramento. On a night when they launched 43 three-pointers, made 15 of them, they somehow found a way.
He's the best in the business.
Incredible.
He's just the best in the business. You think, he's been doing it so long. He's not the youngest man anymore. Whatever you want. What else does he have left in the tank? And then moment after moment after. I mean, first off, Gary Gerald does it every night, and he comes to the table every single night. But then in the biggest and the best moments, it is a superpower to be able to on the fly with no practice, with no script and nothing, without not a stutter, nothing, just smooth as silk like that, hair on his head, lay out, just amazing, legendary calls. And you're next to him.
I mean, I'm so lucky to be there. Of all his superpowers, I'm glad you worded it that way, of skills, his talent, I think the thing he is number one at, the best, is that. To capture a game winner, to capture a playoff moment, to capture a historic record, to capture the feeling of a building. If you literally, by now, I'm sure Kings fans have seen the final play, but if you hadn't, and then you watched that, and then you went back and watched, it's it. That's it. That's exactly how it played out. He crushed it, and described the whole game in that too, just where they were failing, where they weren't good, but they found a way. And Malik Monk, I don't know how he made that. Is that a one-hand throw? And we're going to play Monk audio later today. He calls it a floater. I'm like, okay, Malik. I think we all have different definitions of a floater. That was just a heave, right-hand throw, bullet bank at the glass. But whatever, it went in.
I think where it's just so tough to grasp, and we're going to all do that together today for 4 hours. This game had every single benchmark of we shouldn't win. It's a big game. It's on TNT. The pressure was on. You're facing the dynasty. You're getting blown out. And things happened that don't happen. They came back. The refs were they got calls. They actually got calls. They went to the free throw line. The shot that had no business going in went in. The occasional loose ball we came up with, all the things where over the years you go, oh, they went to the line all these times, or oh my God, that shot and remember, this wasn't a 123-123 game. This is a 123-122 game. Malik Monk misses that shot. They've got the ball with 7-something seconds left. You're fouling. Sure, you're fouling Curry. He's making both. Then we're inbounding. It's going to be some dumb play that's not executed right, and a desperation three that goes off the back rim. And what happens this morning is what I didn't want to happen. I didn't want to lose, number one. But the other part was, imagine coming in and trying to do a show today with everybody where, honestly, I was trying to think of metaphors. It would be like if my wife told me she was leaving me for another man in Ohio, and then she flew out to Ohio, and when she landed, the man she was running away with was like, yeah, I actually found somebody else. And then my wife flew back to move back in with me, and my family was still together, and overall, I guess I'm happy, but I'm still thinking about the fact that my wife left me for another man. That's how it would have felt losing last night, but being in the cup.
Just like that.
Same thing, Chris.
I love how upset you are on the Kings blowing a possession that they didn't blow.
I know.
Well, but what's funny is those things that we talked about yesterday, things that were being talked about at the game, things that were being talked about during the game, like in timeouts for us on radio, were a real possibility of, wait, the Kings, it's looking like they're now going to lose, but they're going to lose by a margin that advances them.
Right.
Yay. Like weird.
Yay.
And then it was all, then we started talking about, wait a minute. Are the Warriors going to be in a spot where they actually want to go to overtime because their only chance to advance is to wink, wink, tank, force OT, try to win by 12 and over? Like,
I didn't even think about that.
But those were things that were in possible play. Like it was so weird.
Steve Kerr choked.
Yes.
Taking out Moody.
Thank you. Like the second he did it, like I remember who came in. Was it Draymond? I don't even remember who. Clay?
Well, he was saying he wanted to get Wiggins in there.
Okay, it was Wiggins.
Moody,
and I remember kind of like it was like the scan, and I looked. So it's from our right to left. So here comes Wiggins. That makes sense.
Right to left on the radio now?
Yes.
Okay.
And I look to the left, and I look at the court, and I go, "Ooh, who's going to come out?" And then when it was Moody, I went, "Ooh, like." I mean, I'm certainly not taking Steph out, and I don't know who I would have taken out, but I went. Not Moody.
No.
He literally was the hottest one on the court, hadn't scored the whole game and scored 4 straight baskets, has 11, and even made one that didn't count that they waved off. I'm like, that's the guy I would leave in. Thank you.
Yeah, he heated up he quite heated up.
Yes.
And thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Steph, for not passing the ball to a wide open Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
At the very end?
At the very end.
But also, like, I don't know.
Defense was swarming.
I don't know where your heart rate was, but like again, that's an in-arena Steph one-hand push shot that he's making before the game all the time. Like I said post-game, Dave, I think he makes that shot 7 out of 10 times. And as it's going, you're going, oh no! Like from my angle, I thought he made it. Like that looked like it was right on and front rim and out, and you're just going, oh wow, what just happened?
Wasn't that was that game 6 last year? He had another. What was this? He had that in the playoffs last year.
Game 1.
Yeah, was it? Oh, it was game 1. You're right. Sorry. That's 2. Is Steph Curry a choker? That's twice.
Yeah.
That's twice he's done that. You asked where the heart rate was?
Yeah.
I don't know where the heart rate was. I know that I'm not using those underwear again.
Oh.
Yeah. I got a possible cheeseburger pie.
Stinky.
Yeah, 100% correct. I love this job so much. Oh, hey, my computer froze.
Cool.
That's pretty awesome. My, you know what? I'm not even mad about it. Don't even care. Nope. Don't even care. Yeah, it's just frozen. And Chris is going to bring up.
Oh,
whoa.
That was weird.
Wow, everything. Okay, I got it here, Chris. Could you give me cut number? I got
cut number 2.
The Warriors' only chance now to move on in the in-season tournament, Brian. This game's got to go overtime.
Kings have a chance to take the lead here. Wiggins with 5 fouls. One drives on it. Mark hangs. And he scores! What a basket! Malik Monk gives the Kings the lead. Clock ticks. Curry with the ball. Puts it up. That's it. The Kings win. A furious comeback. It is Monk with the eventual game winner. And the Sacramento Kings win the game. They win Group C. And the in-season tournament is a hit.
Yeah.
And they play in a few hours.
I know, like, we can get back to that. Let's go.
Well, I mean, literally it was, okay, what's the scenarios? Wow, Kings win. Oh my gosh, it's Monday. It's New Orleans. Oh, wait, they play like really soon here against the Clippers, who probably are feet up on the bed.
Yeah.
Sawyer watching the game. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, great game.
Yeah.
Maybe they were looking at the beam.
Yeah.
Man, we don't want to see that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Paul George.
Hopefully it was so bright they couldn't even.
Right, just in their windows.
Can't sleep.
Purple glow everywhere. James Harden pulls his beard over his eyes.
That actually would be weird to be the visiting team here to see the beam lit when you're getting ready to play them the next day.
I don't like that beam. It just pulls it over, put the headband on.
Yeah. Kawhi laughs.
Yeah. So you got the Clippers tonight. All right, take care of business. Just
it's a regular game. What a boring game tonight is. Give me more of the cup.
It's a trap game. Some crap ball
It's a
team
trap
coming in between the Warriors and Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Kings have is all they've got is 4 Hall of Famers tonight.
Yeah.
Then they got the defending world champion Saturday. And then Monday.
The team they can't seemingly beat.
That's
the matchup they get.
Yeah.
Like they're the 2 seed and they get the Pelicans.
At least they get them at home. I like to think of it, Jason, as, when it counts, the Kings will step up at home. Get a little revenge on the Pelicans. Hey, does that mean we play them 5 times this year?
I think they were one of the teams they had actually 3. So it's the 4th. But
okay. All right. And then after that, and we'll talk about this later, but as far as a cup date goes, now I'll save that for later.
Yeah.
As far as what the road is and all that, but I hope everybody's is look. We're going to talk a ton about this, and the psychology of the whole thing. But can we just enjoy this?
I am.
Yeah. I know it's not a world championship. I know it's just getting to the knockout stage. I know we know all these things. There's just not a lot to celebrate over the years. This is I don't know where this is going to land in the pantheon of things to be happy and celebrate about, but don't let anybody yuck your yum today.
Yeah. Greatest thing until the next great thing.
That's exactly right. Or greatest thing until the next thing that pisses me off. I'll be like, they're riding high in their NBA Cup garbage. And let me tell you, Jason, this is something I've been saying since the summer, and I'm happy to be vindicated. This NBA Cup thing is fantastic. Love it.
Well, think about Group C that they advanced out of. Like when it was first laid out, I'm like, actually, this is pretty favorable. I thought like, the Warriors are probably the team they have to worry about. But the T-Wolves have the number 1. They won again last night. Now, they didn't advance, but they're the best record in the West.
Yeah.
OKC has a better record than the Kings. They got out of that group. The Warriors have been a dynasty team. And Wembanyama, like that's a pretty good group to get through.
I mean,
they beat them all.
Minnesota and Oklahoma City is the best team in the West. And Kings worked both
advance.
of them.
Yeah. Went 4-0.
Yeah, well. Anyways, very good. You'll be driving out to back to Golden One Center tonight.
Yep.
Very, very good. A lot of fans driving home happy last night. And I wonder how many of them were driving home in a Hoblet Dodge. All of them, maybe. Well, let me tell you right now, there's no lie about this one. It's Ram Power Days going on at our friends at Hoblet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram right there in Woodland, 5 minutes from the airport. Let me give you some deals. Save up to $16,000 off MSRP. Excuse me, $16,500 off MSRP on the 2023 Ram 1500 crew cabs with no payments for 90 days. We're all smiles today. Save up to $6,500 on off MSRP on the new 2023 Dodge Charger and Challenger GT and SXTs. What you guys aren't seeing is that Jason Ross is an incredibly good interpretive dancer. And when he's in a great mood, I get the rowboat. And wow, let me contextualize that. I mean, he does a dance move. That's like a rowboat. Save up to $16,000 off of MSRP. Unga. Yeah, when you lease the new 2024 Jeep Wrangler Sport S 4xe. Take advantage of federal and state rebates with a new plug-in hybrid. See Hoblet's true pricing at HobletDodge.com. The price you see, the price you pay. No hidden fees, add-ons, or surprises. Get down there today. No hassle, no pressure, ever. Dealership, unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's run some audio for y'all. The Kings defeat the Warriors in epic style. But don't forget, Rolling Stones tickets to give away. It's Rolling Stones week as well, as Warrior fans rolled down L Street last night. We'll be right back.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
With RT Painting, our name says it all. We are a reliable and trusted commercial and residential painting company serving the Sacramento area since 1998. Employee-owned, our attention to detail is second to none. Put our decades of experience serving our community to use for you. Get a free quote today. Call us at 916-900-8112. That's 916-900-8112. Or go online to rtpainting.com. That's rtpainting.com. RT Painting, your trusted and reliable painting contractor of choice.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides 24/7 compassionate support and connection to trained counselors. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. The Lifeline works. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, just call, text, or chat 988.
This segment is brought to you by Light the World Giving Machine.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sactown Sports.
Oh, yeah. The sweet sounds of Stone Temple Pilots bringing us back on your home of the Cup Group winning Sacramento Kings.
Rolls off the tongue.
Rolls right off the tongue. Sactown Sports. Hey. By the way, I did do some conversating yesterday. You might be happy to know that I asked people that know things down at the place. The place. I was like, hey, great job on the team store. Why is the K yellow? I know, right?
Okay.
But I had K.
Yeah.
You know the answer I got from somebody who's really important down there? Yeah, I don't know. It sucks.
Oh.
Go in on it. It's cool. We got to change it. It's terrible. I don't know whose idea that was, but it's not great. Like, I was like, wait, what? Because you never know. Maybe it was like their idea.
Yeah.
But I just led with my face. Like, I'm just going to say what I think. And if it was your idea, then we'll have an uncomfortable moment.
Yeah.
But no, they were like, yeah, I didn't. Nope. Had no idea. Not great. I don't think that. I get a feeling the yellow K ain't going. Yellow K.
We can go down there and paint it.
Funny you say that. I said, I have not. Let's make it a bit. I will get some like purple glittery paint, some cans of spray paint. Get a ladder, go down there. I mean, ladder, right? Go down there. We'll make a video of it.
Okay.
They said no. There's some. I guess there's some liabilities. Like, what if you fall off the ladder?
They didn't seem to be concerned about that before.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was at Thomas, though.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. Different rules.
Different kind. Yeah. Different city. Well, let's get started. We have some audio for y'all. This is where should we start here? Let's start with him. Here's Draymond Green.
Out of the timeout, Draymond Green advances to Jonathan Kuminga, gives to Draymond, working against Trey Lyles. Yet to put it on the floor in the right corner. Great pass, run to the rim, and a score thrown down by Kuminga. Boy, is Green make a terrific pass right there, and the Warriors are on top 37-35.
I should probably turn my mic back on. Let's see. Let's get it. Here we go. Looney block.
Herter just got clothesline, no call. Inside to Sabonis. His shot off the pivot is no good. In a state of disbelief, Domas coming back up the floor. There's Kevon Looney driving. Gets inside. Double clutch glass is good. Warriors stretch the advantage to 10. They lead at 67-57.
Why are you playing that?
Why am I playing game one sound from the playoffs last year? Because that's what was up on the thing yesterday, and I apparently left it open and didn't really notice because all I saw was Kings Warriors. And I was wondering, like, did nobody cut highlights from when it was like a blowout? Okay, how about this Curry 3 ball?
56-39 at the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Warriors with the ball in the hands of Draymond Green, working against De'Aaron Fox. Skips it out on the right angle. Moody goes to the baseline, pivots. Now to Curry, straight away. Quick release for three, and he scores the triple. Keon Ellis was right there, but that super quick release from Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm. And here's where it got really, really bad.
Warriors in command by 21, looking for more. Wiggins says, we can do it. He knocks down three, and the Kings are being run out of the arena. This has turned ugly at 72-48.
That was the low point, 24.
That was the low point. It was 24 points, and that's where I think every single thing we were worried about came to fruition. The Kings got punched in the gut, and the arena went absolutely dead. The arena was palpably, you could sense the disappointment, anger, and tension in that arena. It was that bubbling, rumbling, like, not again. Clay was making shots. Steph was making shots. Draymond was making a couple shots. Wiggins was making shots. And I like a lot of things. I'm sitting here thinking of, coming in the show today, doing whatever it is the next day. All I could think about was putting up a photo of a bottle of Robitussin and saying that this is what the Warriors see when they play the Kings.
Yeah.
They're ailing, they're sick, they're going to take a shot of Kings and feel much better.
Yeah, once Minnesota had won earlier in the night, I thought the odds of the Kings of losing by more than 11 were really low.
Yeah.
I thought they could lose. Like, they usually play competitive games, but then that happened, and you're like, man, what is going on? I do think a subtle thing that helped them in the comeback didn't seem massive, but that 7-0 run to end the half.
Yes.
I don't know. 17 still bad. Nobody was like, hey, it's only 17. But 17 was so much better than 24. And they weren't good.
No.
You didn't feel good about it, but it just felt more workable at that point.
As we said earlier, the whole team pretty much crapped the bed, including the coaching staff, with that terrible challenge.
I didn't like the way who they played in the first half. Like some of the
rotations. Terrible.
I mean, Malik Monk, who ends up having a massive game, played like 7 minutes. I mean, what's like? No offense to anybody, but I didn't think McGee should have played play small against the Warriors.
Didn't McGee have like 3 turnovers in 5 minutes or something?
Everything's off. What are they doing?
Everything was off. So it was one of those things where it's like, okay, guys, you lost Game 7 at home. You lost the first 2 this year, then including one at home. You have an opportunity to advance. Is this really going to happen? Are the Warriors going to come back and not only punk you on your home floor, but punk you on your home floor and knock you out of the cup tournament? Like, all you had to do was not lose by 12, and you're going to get destroyed. And we're going to be sitting here today, and I would have said some things I probably would have regretted about this team.
Yeah, because I mean, I was thinking like, all right, I'm not one to jump on, they're in their heads, they can't beat this. There's a mental hurdle. I'm like, I don't know what else it is. Like, okay, sure, it's matchup maybe, but you just played maybe your best game of the year.
Yes.
And now you come home, and this didn't feel like, hey, first game home. They've had 3 days off. Yeah, they missed Keegan, but they were missing people. Chris Paul left the game. Gary Payton II left the game at the end. Things were there for them, and then they ultimately found a way.
And it started, well, I don't know where it started, but I'll tell you who gets my little mini MVP of the game is this guy.
Fox gives to Monk in attack mode, gets into the lane, starts left, goes right, feeds a pass to Vezenkov, shovels it out to Herter, back to Sasha, quick release for 3, nothing but net. That one was up in the lights. Check that ball, it might have frost on it. Wow, 106-98, Sasha Vezenkov.
8 points, 4 boards, 2 blocks in 15 minutes, including, Mike blew the challenge. But thank God there were other things at play, because at one point Sasha got called for the flop. And that whole sequence right there was massive.
Yes.
There were other players on this team last night, Jason, that contributed more than Sasha Vezenkov. But for me, and because it's my money, I can say this, he earned his whole contract for the whole year he earned last night.
Well, and I felt like he was on the list of a bunch of players, too, that there was about 10, maybe 15 moments in the game like, this is the play that has to happen to really get the roof off the building. And they didn't convert. They missed layups. They would miss a free throw. Sasha made a couple threes, but then he had I think Davion had a corner 3 that this is massive. Oh, he missed. Sasha missed actually after making a couple. I felt like everybody was missing the biggest shot that they needed. And then obviously they found the one to go when it mattered.
And there was a stretch at the end of the game, I want to say in the last 2 minutes, Sabonis was down there just grinding for offensive rebounds. I was so proud of that. I think they had 3, if not 4 shots at a 3 and bricked them all. I think it was 3.
Yeah, I think if I remember right, that was after they missed both free throws.
Yes.
But they got the offensive rebound and then had 3 cracks at it. You're like, this could still be a great moment.
Yeah.
And they missed them all.
Yeah.
You're like, painful.
We're gonna come back and finish this audio because I don't want to short the run here, and then we'll see if we have time to hear some of De'Aaron Fox's postgame. We got a lot of sound for you from players, and it's also interesting to try to figure out like who get your like at Ohio State or at Florida State. They get the little tomahawks on the helmet for doing a good thing. Like if we were to hand out like if they wore helmets and we were to hand out little crowns, the amount of crowns that would go out last night. We need to also talk about Kevin Huerter's game because that is getting no love and no run at all. And I understand there's a lot bigger things to talk about. Kevin Huerter was sneaky good last night.
Very good.
Sneaky, really good. So we'll take a break. We'll come back with the comeback, and we'll hear from De'Aaron Fox next.
2 of the best the NFL and NFC has to offer meet Sunday in Philadelphia.
Purdy out of the shotgun, looks left, throws end zone. Caught! George Kittle in the back of the end zone.
It's the Philadelphia Eagles, owners of the top spot in the NFC, versus the San Francisco 49ers, who have had this game circled on their calendar for months. Join Greg Papa and Tim Ryan for all the exciting action Sunday at 1 on your home for 49ers football, Sactown Sports.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave asking you, are you feeling the pain of paying more and more for your gas? PG&E has increased their rates 4 times in the last 5 years, and the new forecast says PG&E customers may see their bills increase 32% by 2026. The good thing is there are steps you can take to protect yourself from these rate hikes, and better yet, American Energy may be able to help you completely eliminate your gas bill with a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. Did you know SMUD offers huge rebates to eliminate your old gas guzzler? They can help you guide through the whole process. Seriously, listen to me. You go to the SMUD website. There's tons of rebates available, but it is confusing on how to do it. Listen to these rebates. $2,500 from American Energy, $3,500 from SMUD, $1,000 from Caltech, $2,000 home system upgrades. That's $9,000 in rebates. Let American Energy help you out at 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
As we come together to celebrate the end of this long year, Stockton Honda has savings to bring us all cheer. Happy Honda Day savings and selection galore. Stockton Honda's online express purchase and great people give you more.
Save on 400 new Hondas at Stockton Honda during Happy Honda Days. Shop in person or online with our express purchase option.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Yep, 'tis the season. Hi, if you're like me, you take pride in your gift giving. Well, I've got a terrific idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift free from the Good Feet store. If you have someone on your list who's on their feet all day, has sore feet, knee, hip, or back pain, or even plantar fasciitis, maybe needs an energy boost, or just wants to maintain their active lifestyle, a Good Feet Arch Support gift card could be the perfect gift.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Now listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and myself the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Get your vehicle ready for the holiday driving season at Jiffy Lube today. Oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. For more information, go to jiffylube.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
You can always text us if you want at 916-339-1140. Don't be this guy. Did anyone find Sabonis yet, or is he still missing? Dude was nowhere to be found last night. Arguably the biggest moments of the game. Looney owns him. Yeah, Looney with his 2 points and, let me check here, 5 boards. Look, Sabonis struggled. It's a tough matchup for him. There's no doubt about it. 9 points on the night on 2 of 7 shooting. He absolutely struggled. But also 10 assists, 6 boards, and 2 huge offensive rebounds. By the way, he was 5-6 from the line. He was like the guy, pretty much. It's a tough matchup for him. I don't know what else to say about that. He's down there just banging around. It's physical. It ain't pretty. And I'm sure had the team lost today, that would be a big topic.
Yeah.
But they did.
Right.
1 point makes a big difference. And as we left off, Jason, I'll go back. It was rough. It was rough last night at one point, or most of those points. This was that Wiggins 3 ball.
Warriors in command by 21, looking for more. Wiggins says, we can do it. He knocks down 3, and the Kings are being run out of the arena. This has turned ugly.
And guys like Gary Payton, that the and one off. This was one of Harrison Barnes's worst moments as a King last night, where I don't know if he got distracted by a bumblebee in the stands. I don't know if he blinked too long, but inbounds pass, lazy inbounds pass that was stolen by Gary Payton. And then just the laziest, dumbest foul and the and one.
Chance here for the Kings. Domas pushes it. Stutter step. Drives on Shari. Shovels a pass to Barnes, who has to tiptoe the end line. Saves it from going out of bounds. Gets it to Monk. Monk drives inside. Puts up a shot with the left hand on the reverse. And it's blocked by the Warriors. And the Warriors come back. Opportunity missed for the Kings. Sharic open. Left wing for 3. Rattles. Misses it. Barnes rebound. His outlet pass stolen by Payton, who takes it to the basket and scores, and he was fouled.
And I'm sitting there at that point, Jason, just working myself into a tizzy.
Yeah.
About, you know what, I'm tired of talking about Harrison Barnes being a nice guy. He's a nice guy. I love him. I want him to move next door to me and hang out and watch my kids. I love him. He's great. I don't care. He chokes against the Warriors. He's soft. He's mentally not. I'm just ready to free. I'm just thinking about all the monologues today where I just lose it on the guy. But then Malik Monk happened.
To the center of the floor, gives to Vizhenkov. Sasha drives and kicks to Herter. Touch pass to Monk. Corner 3 on the way. He's got the triple.
And then Monk happened.
They've lost a possible tiebreaker situation late in the season with the Warriors, because the Warriors will have a 3-0 lead. Here's a steal. Monk has it. He feeds Fox. Eludes the defender. Drives to the right. Finds Herter. Swings down to Malik. Sidesteps the defender, launches for 3. He hits the triple. It's a 1-point game at 123, 122, 36 seconds to go. Malik Monk with his third made 3-pointer. Ball deflected off the Warriors, goes out of bounds. The Kings will get it. 29.5 seconds to go. Fox races up the left side of the floor, slows at the 3-point arc, runs into a double team, goes to the floor. They're trying to wrestle it away. They want a timeout called, and I think it was awarded to Fox.
That was another play that I was surprised they got the timeout.
They shouldn't have.
Yeah,
That should have been a jump ball.
Yeah.
that was a very favorable call by the refs. But when you think about everything that had to happen, Monk steals the ball, hits the shot, hits the three. Draymond with the silly dumb bounce pass out of bounds. Fox gets the timeout. Then, as we'll hear in this next segment, Monk somehow banks this running shot with time running out. And then Curry misses a shot that he probably more often than not, as you said, makes. Well, all the things that don't happen to the Kings that had to happen to the Kings to get this result.
Fox from the logo, creeping forward. Now in 2-point range, backs out, hooks a pass to Herter. Herter swings to the right side to Monk, attacks the baseline, jab step. Now he keeps the dribble alive, gets in the paint. Tough fall away, bank shot is good! Malik Monk somehow banks it home. 7.4 seconds to go. 124-123 Kings. Here's Curry. He'll try to get a shot off to win it. It's on the way. It's front rim short. The Sacramento Kings will advance in most dramatic fashion. It's 124-123, and full-blown late season pandemonium reigns at Golden Run Center. Fans on their feet, waving the rally towels, savoring the moment after a most improbable, desperate step back 2-point shot from Malik Monk was banked home. And the Kings get the victory by 1. Vazenkov, fist raised in the air, embraced now by members of the coaching staff for his contribution late. And a night when free throws didn't fall for Sacramento. On a night when they launched 43 three-pointers, made 15 of them, they somehow found a way.
Kings fans today are saying nothing but,
I'm running things. I'm running things.
Jason, you were there. That had to be, I'm not going to ask you to rank that moment because that's tough. Maybe we'll get to that later, but it had to be one of the coolest moments you've experienced.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think in the grand scheme of things, of the way the game was, the way the Kings played, I honestly, I don't say this about the Kings a lot. I thought they were playing, a dumb game. I thought they weren't a smart team.
Yes.
I didn't like the way they played. I didn't like the way it looked. I thought from the coaches challenge we talked about, I thought about the lineups that they were being played. I thought they were just trying to come back from 24 down by shooting every three-pointer possible. Bad decisions, free throws, miscues. And then I think it's their second largest comeback in 10 years. And it wasn't even like a classic comeback.
No.
Like it was just, they were just ringing it dry. Like, oh, it's 17. Like there was no like, well, those 4 threes in a row it was just like, oh, okay, it's 12. Like it's 9. But there was nothing like, I didn't feel like there was like, oh, that 12-0 run flipped the game. It took a quarter and a half. They caught them. And then when they were losing out down 5 in the last minute. Now, I think the irony of all of it to me is I thought the Kings were awful at the beginning. The Warriors self-destructed.
Yeah, they did.
You just mentioned the Draymond pass. We mentioned taking Moody out. I thought Kerr's challenge on the Curry 3 was foolish.
Terrible.
Because they were out of timeouts then, the last 2 minutes. Oh, by the way, the Kings spend the whole night missing free throws. Looney misses 2 in the last 2 minutes or 3 minutes. I mean, he had a 2 for 2 there. And I think because this was a
Draymond's technical, by the way,
because they needed to win by X amount of points, there was in the last minute there were 2 possessions. They hurried.
Yeah,
and I think they're trying to win by more. It's a 5-point game. It's gonna be tough to get to 12. But I think they had 2 possessions in a row where they worked it within like 6 seconds of the. Normally, you're like, hey, they have to foul us, come catch us. Instead, they hurried, and I think because it was a cup game, it actually helped the Kings.
Yeah, and a little bit later, we have audio. I think it's who is it? No, it's maybe it's Jason Tatum. I've got audio of somebody. I forget who that I grabbed talking about point. I don't think point differential is going to be here next year. I the players hate it. They feel like it's disrespectful, and they don't like it. And I think you're going to hear the NBA is going to hear from them.
I don't disagree with it, but I think that truly makes this different.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're trying to make the tournament different, I don't know.
I don't know what you would do for a tiebreaker.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, that's true. I don't know either. I don't know what you would do because you have to have some. It's just, what was it last night? Was it, who was playing the Bulls?
Celtics. They had to win by 22 or more. They won by 27.
And you saw Missoula talking to Billy Donovan, and they're at midcourt, and Missoula's going up to him. You can kind of read the lips, and he's saying, we're not trying to disrespect you. We need the point differential. And Billy's like, how really? They're talking it over. But I think they need to look for, if there's no other way, there's no other way, but it's eventually going to cause a fight. It is. It's going to cause, it's going to be a hard foul. Someone's going to cause a fight. You're going to have teams playing spoiler that understand they're going to lose the game, and they're just going to hold the ball. And maybe that adds a whole new, you said, a whole new level of it does make it different. All right. Well, we'll take another break. When we come back, we've got post-game audio from De'Aaron Fox and Kevin Huerter. And depending on if the audience wants it, I did spend a lot of time last night with a bowl outside catching Warriors tears, which you could feel them this morning. They were coming down outside as well. So if people want, I can share some of those as well. I think Chris is in on this. A lot of tears, lots of tears, passionate Warriors tears. We'll hear from Kevin Huerter and De'Aaron Fox post game coming up next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Wednesday, it looks like a soggy start with a few showers, but into the afternoon, we'll see sunshine break out. Temperatures will peak today in the upper 50s to low 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Winter's coming, so let's kick off the cold season right and get your heater all tuned up. Now just $79. No matter how cold it gets outside, you'll always be warm and toasty inside. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com.
Cyber Golden Gable deals are here at Lowe's. Deck your home with a holiday living 4-piece decor set that includes a wreath, garland, and 2 potted trees. A $149 value for just $59. And don't forget to upgrade your bathroom with up to 50% off select vanities, faucets, and shower heads. Hurry, these cyber savings won't last because Lowe's knows deals. Valid through 11/29 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline, Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Prestigio Jewelers Black November sale is on all month long. Get amazing doorbuster deals while supplies last. 1-carat diamond earrings only $449. Wedding sets starting at only $899. 70% off gold chains and much more. Get quick and easy credit approval and low monthly payments at Prestigio Jewelers. No credit, bad credit, even bankruptcy, you're approved. Prestigio Jewelers guarantees your credit up to $10,000. Shop designer brands such as Cartier, Gucci, Bulova, and Citizen. Visit us today or online at prestigiojewelers.com. See store for details.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Most golf professionals will tell you that when chipping or pitching, you should get the ball on the green and let it roll to the hole. That works in most cases, but there are times when a direct line to the green might not be there. Maybe there's a tree or branch you're sure to hit in your arc line. Maybe your shot is uphill to a hole cut close to your ball. This is where the flop shot normally works, but with the reward comes a risk. With the wrong lie, you could swing right under the ball and not advance it. There's also a chance you hit the ball with the wedge's leading edge, making your partners jump out of the way of your ball, which is now flying about 2 feet off the ground. Here's a technique for you to practice. If you're a right-hander, weaken your left hand grip by turning your hand under the club so your palm faces skyward. Now the club face remains open through the hitting zone, giving you a shot that flies higher and lands shorter. Give it a try on the range and experiment with different hand positions under the club. I think you'll be able to take it to the course. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
For a business to thrive, there needs to be a constant stream of new customers. This happens through strong lead generation. Did you know that lead generation is one of the most important tools of any marketing campaign? Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products and services to them. To get started today, contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results today.
This segment is brought to you by Light the World Giving Machine.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Talks a lot about believing in his guys, especially the starting lineup. Won championship not too long ago. Having patience, letting guys kind of find their game. How aware are you of that kind of patience, and how much do you value it?
What do you want me to bench me?
I don't know. It's like that's
bench Wiggs.
I don't think I said that.
Okay. I mean, you can suggest it. It's fine. But, I mean, thanks, Steve, I guess. Like, I don't know. Sometimes you earn these things like patience and time to find yourself. And I think history is on our side when it comes to that stuff.
You say that. Have you heard people say that?
No, I don't care what people say. Like, they don't do what we do. They can't do what they do. That's why they talk. Why would I? Like, come on. I don't care what people say at this point in my life. Next question.
What is that doing in there? That's not a highlight from last night.
Can I say early in that game, I was furious at Tim Kawakami.
Yep. Thanks, Tim. Thanks for waking him up.
Like, it wasn't even his fault, and that wasn't even the point he was trying to make.
Didn't matter. Yeah, I almost joined the legion of people blocked by Tim Kawakami, just throwing him a boomerang at some point. Like, thanks a lot, Tim. Kevin Herter, we call him Red Velvet. He was on the postgame last night with Gary Gerald.
Earlier tonight in our coach's conversation with Jordy Fernandez, he talked about the resiliency of this team. Kevin Herter, a member of this club, who tonight contributed 21 points toward the win, has a headset on. I don't know if you can hear us. I know it's loud in this building, Velvet, but man, oh man, how good does this moment feel?
Be lying if I said it didn't feel good. This was a hell of a comeback for us. Nothing really going right in that first half. They're playing super well. We know, the stakes of this game, and for us to stick with it and pull it out, that's huge for us.
So many things seem to work against Sacramento for much of the night, including all of the missed free throws. How frustrating is it to see free throws not falling from guys who normally knock them down?
Man, 15 missed free throws in a game we win by 1. So, we obviously that we got to clean that up. That's not a sign of a good team, but everybody was missing. So, we'll fix it. We'll get it right.
Well, you ended up erasing a 24-point deficit at one point to walk off this floor with a win. De'Aaron Fox, there's going to be another crescendo of noise because he's going to light the beam inside, and it'll trigger the one outside. I want to ask you about Malik Monk's game-winning bank shot on a kind of a desperation step-back heave.
Yeah, just being aggressive. He's someone we trust to make plays off the dribble. High-level playmaker, scorer, and sometimes they even bounce your way, and he got to the middle of the paint and made an incredible shot.
And I also want to ask you, Kevin, about the fact that Sasha Vezenkov comes in here, hadn't played in the first 3 quarters. What about his contribution?
Massive. Yeah, he hit tough shots. He came off the bench firing right away. Rebounding, he was huge. Defensively in the right spots, getting blocks. For him to stay ready and come in, he was huge for us in the second half.
Yeah, there's Kevin Herter. And also, Kings all over the big win last night. They're all over national media. Let's cut into, what is this, first take right here?
To what we have come to expect from you, bro.
This is live.
It is that simple.
Okay.
We expect better.
Can I just say one thing in his defense before we move on? There is some validity to his statement, though. He's saying, based on my track record, give it time. I mean, Stephen A., he's been in the spotlight for so many years. There might be part of him that's I really don't care anymore at this point.
We're not addressing. Nobody questioned his credentials. He's saying he doesn't care because people out there don't do what he does. Go back and watch Klay Thompson sit on the bench after he had been gone for the 2019, 2020, 2021 season. Watch him sit there and soak in all that.
Oh, they're talking about Klay Thompson. I see the little, Klay has been playing like hot trash since, says Stephen A. That's good. Is the Warriors dynasty over? Did Draymond deserve the technical foul? There's another team that played last night too, guys.
Yeah,
they won. They won. Why are they treating us like Shooter McGavin and the Warriors like Happy Gilmore? Yeah, I won. What place did he finish in? Oh, last. De'Aaron Fox talked post game as well. Here he is.
I mean, they did the same things. I think I was able to get downhill a little easier. Obviously, that team switches a lot. Then at times, they throw out junk defenses, boxing ones, traps here and there. But for me, it was really just try to get downhill. Obviously, I wouldn't even say this was a good game offensively for me, especially with the way I shot free throws. But we got it done, and my teammates definitely went out there and made plays down the stretch.
De'Aaron, would you call this a signature win?
I wouldn't, but I mean, we play them so many times. People would call it that, but it's 1 out of 82 for us.
And then what was said when you're down 24 and things were just not going your way?
I mean, just stay the course. This league is a game of runs. You can be up 20, you can be down 20 in the blink of an eye. And whenever you're down, I think we got to 24, you try to get it to 15. Then you try to get it to 10. And that's the way you have to think about it, because if you're able to go on those runs, you go from 24 to 17, they call a timeout. You go from 17 to 10, they probably call another timeout. So it's always a game of runs. You just try to win as many segments as you can throughout the game.
All right. Here's Chris Mad Dog Russo. He's probably talking about the Kings.
Because his reputation precedes him, and that's been going on in sports for 100 years. This is not the first time that a player that maybe didn't deserve it, but gets it based on reputation. So as a result, he's going to have to live with it. That's part of the situation with the Golden State team.
He has no right to complain about it for this reason. First, I don't think he deserved that tech.
All right. No, so they're talking about Draymond getting the tech and the 13-3 run the Kings went on after that tech to finish. I got you. Okay. How does this affect LeBron's legacy? I'm waiting for that segment as well. So that was De'Aaron Fox post game. And I'm glad he admitted. Well, I'm glad when he was asked. I'm glad he said, he admitted they did not play their best game.
Yeah, absolutely. He knew it. And he himself too. He talked about all his missed free throws.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I appreciate him being aware of what was going on. Just a good, I don't know, Jason. Just a really good win last night. just very happy.
Yeah, I think the result is happiness. I think the game was not that great for the Kings as far as how they played. The result was fantastic. The fans needed it. Players enjoyed it. They advance. They got another game tonight. I think the other part, too, that we said earlier in the broadcast last night that's important, everything was kind of about the cup last night and trying to beat the Warriors. Well, if they're in a spot where they're face to face with the Warriors later in the year, you didn't want to lose the tiebreaker already. That would have been 3-0.
Right.
So they kept that door open too.
Also, great point from the text line. How about the no call? They tried to call Sasha Vezenkov for flopping.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, where's longtime Sasha fan Emmy in our chat? She's nowhere to be seen. I thought she'd be there at 5:30.
Yeah.
By the way, this is her big moment right now. How about not calling Draymond Green for that flop he took?
Yeah.
Where he tried to get Trey Lyles for the smash to the face that was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, so again, that's like happens live. I'm like, ooh, someone's down. Oh man, it's Draymond. Oh, did someone do a cheap shot? I mean, that's literally what I'm thinking. And then they showed it on the big screen, and the whole place went nuts. You're like, oh wow.
It's like, why? They're gonna show it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get caught.
Yeah.
I got it. They're not gonna. How great would it be if he got fined though? How great would it be if he got fined for flopping? And you know what? I agree with Tim Legler. Draymond Green probably did not deserve that technical foul last night. Now, was he overdoing the carry thing? Sure. Was it borderline? Yeah. I can tell you this much: if one of our players got called for that in that type of game, in that situation. Now, we don't know the context. Maybe this has been going on and he'd been yapping all night long. But what I really like, and what I hope we're seeing, maybe possibly, is it possible that maybe the refs got the memo from the NBA and went, you know what, no more leeway for Draymond Green. And if that means he gets 700 technical fouls, he's got to figure it out.
Yeah, look, it's obviously a judgment. It's on one person's decision, and that referee said, look, I've had enough on that kind of mocking of what Draymond was trying to call a carry violation, and he kept doing the gesture. Look, I think De'Aaron Fox flirts with that, when especially like with Chris Paul, who does a little bit of or James Harden might tonight, with like I got bumped and then I flail my head back. And we've seen De'Aaron kind of mimic that. If you continue to do that, I think De'Aaron, if there's 3 or 4 gestures, you're
at
like,
one
all right,
point,
you're showing me up.
Yeah.
So I got to stop this. So actually, I thought he did deserve it. I mean, it's not the worst thing. I mean,
sure.
I'm sure he's done a
There's a
bleep and then not gotten a T. And other times he said it like, that wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. But
maybe I should have said I was surprised.
Yeah. Okay.
To see him get it.
He'd kind of been going a little bit during the night too, so I felt like, all right, it's like I've had enough.
And then a 13-3 run.
Yeah.
You're letting your team down, backpack. Later on, by the way, we do need to talk not just about Chris Paul being out, but let's also acknowledge this team did what they did last night without Keegan Murray.
Absolutely.
We haven't even mentioned that yet. We got a break, but real quick, got to go to my guy, JR. JR, good morning on a wonderful Kings advance and win their group Wednesday. How are you?
A glorious Wednesday hump day for all. How are you guys?
Great.
Couldn't be better.
Couldn't be better. Hey, why is it last year they kept saying, oh, yeah, the Warriors handled the Kings pretty easily in the playoffs? I mean, they did say that. That was some words right on some people's national mouths. I'm like, wait, did they not watch a 7-game series that came down to one quarter where one superstar went off for like a 50-burger? Did they act just, it just cracks me up. It's such a narrative that drives you friggin' nuts.
Yep, but I'll take the W. Right?
I will take the W right to the bank. And God, the monk shot. I know you're gonna. He hits it off the glass. He knows like that is an ugly shot, and it goes in, and he's laughing, and he's falling down to the ground, kind of like, "Yep, ball game." And hey, where is your boy Sasha fan? Because Sasha had a game last night.
Yeah,
the man brought his Euro trash attitude and dropped it all over the friggin' Warriors.
Thank you, JR. He did. And why is it when he's clean shaven, he looks a little bit, have you noticed, like Biff Tannen?
Oh, I haven't.
Take a look.
Okay.
Take a look. He looks a little Biff Tannen-y, and I don't mind it at all. I also don't mind it when companies make their number one priority making sure that you and your family are comfortable in your home for the holidays. That's why my friends at American Energy Heat and Air are giving away a free whole home HVAC system to one lucky family in the greater Sacramento area. Hey, hold on. Hey, Chris. I think they're finally talking about the Kings here. Let me.
He actually walked up to him and gave him the face. To him, that was self-control. Well, that ain't gonna work, right? And so because that's not going to work, now you got to come up with a different strategy. And the other point that I'll make, Doggy, real quick is this: you said, why didn't he learn? Well, here's the thing.
Oh, they're still talking about Draymond. Never mind. Sorry, that's an hour in. Now it's. How's this? How will this affect Draymond Green's legacy? Let's talk about it. One lucky family in the greater Sacramento area will be getting a free whole home HVAC system from my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. If you or you know a family that needs to be comfortable this winter, enter for your chance to win the American Energy Comfort Giveaway by going to the AE, that's American Energy, the AEway.com. Now, you can win a free whole home HVAC system. American Energy Heating and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. 15-second break here. Don't go away. When we come back, Kings related, Kings dominant, 3 for Madness. Katie Christensen joining us at 8 a.m. Rolling Stones tickets in the 8 a.m. hour as well. We're back in 15.
Will Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers brass go all the way this season? Could the Niners win their first Super Bowl since 1995? Join us throughout the season to hear all the games and all the analysis on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Hey. Coming up next, we've got a bevy of final calls that Jason Ross, Christopher Law, and everybody put together. We're also going to try to share with you some of the tiers we have collected. We have audio. I'll also narrate a few for you as well. In the meantime, Christopher Law taking control. 3 for Madness brought to you by Fire Wings, and bread and Malaysian curry is back on the table, boys and girls. Question 1.
Rank last night in Kings' big win history.
Oh, God. I don't know. That's tough, man. I don't know if I can. Not as big as Bibby shot. I mean, you've got game 2 on the road in Seattle. Back when we had the big standing ovation for game 3.
Seattle. They don't have a team.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Game 6 in Golden State last year. Game 1 last year. Game 1 of the new arena. I'll put it 5th.
5th?
I'll put it 5th.
Okay.
I don't know why. It just seems right. It's probably not that high. Probably a little hyperbole, but I don't care.
Recency bias.
Recency bias in the house.
Yeah. Well, it had, as far as storylines going in, I don't know that we've had a regular season game to me that had more storylines. The fact that obviously the team you faced in the playoffs, there's already Warriors-Kings connections. Draymond's coming back, national TV. Then you add in the cup, and as far as what it meant, and then by tip-off, knowing that, hey, the Warriors can still win this thing too by winning by 12 or more. And I found it so odd that the majority of the game, Dave, was probably lived above that 12-point mark. The majority of it, once the Warriors got that lead, or even building up to 24. I mean, they're
about 80% of the game was
at the mark where the Warriors are the team that's going to advance. So that part too. I mean, there's far bigger games postseason wise, but I think for the fans it was really big. I think for just the mindset of, man, why is this team? This is the current nemesis. This is the current rival, and they were embarrassing you in your building. And then you still won that game where you weren't that stellar.
No.
But you found a way on a night where you weren't perfect. There were mistakes. There were Today, we would have been talking about 50 things that went wrong on why they lost. And yet there's like an avenue of about 2 things to go that worked to make it win. It was crazy.
Kevin Martin's game winner against San Antonio.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's got to be above it.
Yeah,
right?
I think all the playoff wins are by far bigger.
If the Kings lose tonight and Saturday and Monday, like, we're still okay with this win, right?
Well, if it's that big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think about that, Jason. God. Why are you bringing this
Can't
up?
lose on Monday. That's knockout stage.
That's what I'm talking about.
All about the cup.
Mama said.
Yeah.
Knock you out. Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah.
Well, actually, please call it a comeback.
Yes.
Because it was. Question 2, please.
Question 2.
Was last night the most stressful regular season game ever?
I mean, again, recency bias. I'm just going to stay recent here. Which was more stressful, Jason? Last night or Kings Clippers last year?
Oh, I don't think that was stressful. I don't remember it being stressful. I remember that being enjoyable. I like watching
Kings Clippers?
Yeah, great basketball. Like,
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
It was amazing basketball. 176, 175, whatever it was.
Yeah, it's 170 something to 170 something else. Yeah. I honestly think it would have been hilarious, and I think I speak for a lot of Kings fans to have a blood pressure cuff on me and a heart monitor. It would have looked like the Demon at Great America. And I think
great call.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that I think also I think had somebody been at my house and like every commercial break had asked me to like update the game, do a little 20-30 second like video, it would be hilarious and also maybe a bit sad to watch this gamut of anger and emotion throughout the game. I went from I am so pumped for this game to what are they doing? They're crapping the bed. I hate this soft ass team, Monty. Get rid of everybody. I don't even want to watch basketball anymore. I'm tired of it. Why do I do this? They always let us down in every single big moment. And then finally I settled into my familiar God hates Sacramento. That's just the way it is. God hates Sacramento, and there's nothing we can do about it because sometime in a past life, the entire city of Sacramento did some horrible crap, and now we're all paying for what they did.
That's a great take.
It's the right one, I think. And then and this is the important one, Jason, because I think people can identify with this. As the Kings were coming back and cutting it to single digits, I was getting angrier. Not, oh my God, they could do it. No, I was sitting there going, yeah, cool. Great. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Not at least get blown out. Because now you're going to do the thing where you come back and you're going to try to reel me back in, and I'm not falling for it this time. I'm not kicking the football Lucy pulls away. You're going to do this, and they're going to end up winning by 13 or 3 or who gives a bleh. I'm not doing it. I'm getting more and more worked up.
Doesn't sound like someone that was into the cup if you're upset that they're going to lose by 5.
Cup schmup. I wanted to win the damn game, and then could they? Oh, wait.
Well, and even to catch them.
Yeah.
And then that's when I actually went through the emotions like, wow, Kings might get this by about 10 now.
Well,
and then they went down again. And when you're down 5 in the final minute, you're most likely losing. Yeah. With their free throw shooting, with Curry, it's like, yeah, man, this is almost worse from 24 to the lead to now have to lose again. Like, oh, man. But
the interesting thing to talk about the cup is like there was the idea of, okay, if you lose by 11 or less, you advance. But by the Kings winning, they get home court against the Pelicans, which turned out to be huge.
We also need to talk about at some point, because we got to get to question 3, but like just the whole dynamic of like they lose by 5 last night, and then we got to try to come in here and be happy but sad. Like, I didn't want that.
Right.
It's like, smoking a whole blunt and then taking meth. Like,
like that.
What am I doing here?
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean. Maybe you don't. Hopefully, you don't know what I mean. What I'm saying is, you got all the upper and all the downer.
Yeah.
I don't want to come in here tomorrow like I kiss my sister and be like, "Well, we lost the game."
Yeah. It's weird. I know De'Aaron said post game, he's like, "Look, it happens a lot. Like in AAU, but even in he said college, you lose the, like for his sake, the ACC tournament or the SEC tournament. which is like probably a big rivalry. Maybe you lose that, and it's like, all right, we're still going to March Madness. I mean, the goal is still out there, and so it would have been weird. I told you it was like the Causeway ended. Like the Hornets want to beat the Aggies, they lost. The game ends. I'm like, I hope they go on. Are they going to make it?
Right.
Then they made it. Now they won a playoff game. Now you're like all back in again. So it could be regrouped, but it was that scenario was very possible.
Very
happening.
Probable at one point. Question 3, please.
Question 3.
What bothered you the most about last night?
From the 916, it's my fault God hates Sacramento. I peed on a tree in the parking lot of Arco Arena at a Def Leppard concert. We found the culprit.
You really think he was the only one?
That's a great point. A lot of urine on this red. Nice and bloomy. Free throws. Just gross. Just gross. There's a lot of things that bothered me about last night. And the fact that they won does, it's like putting a comforter on a bed of turds, but it's exactly like putting a comforter on a bed of turds, everybody.
You're on your game today.
I really am. It's the espresso. The free throws, dude. Like, they missed more free throws than they did in Game 7 last year. They missed more free throws than they did in Game 7 2002. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And God bless De'Aaron Fox. And he gets a pass, of course he does. But woof, and a meow on top of it.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I was upset with just the way they were playing, the decisions they were making, the players, the coaches, the challenge early on, who was in the game, the rotations, the people that were left open, the mistakes when you need to do things right to come back. And then they kept, ramming their head against the wall. It's like, you guys, you can do this. And all of that. And they still overcame it. So that was pretty impressive.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Proud of them. Now, if I'm Mike Brown today, all I'm doing is having these dudes shoot free throws. I mean, they got to play again tonight. So my whole practice today is shoot free throws.
Mm-hmm. Shoot the ball the right way.
Yeah. We'll take a break.
Yeah.
When we come back, we've got a bevy, a plethora, as El Guapo would say, of final calls. We got G-Man, TNT, and then inside the NBA's breakdown of the game. Are you telling me national TV people talked about the Kings?
Well, we'll have to evaluate what they said.
All right, we'll get to that next.
It's that time of year again. Sactown Sports is welcoming Santa back to town for the 40th annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 9th in downtown Sacramento. Grab the family and join us as we celebrate Santa's arrival with marching bands, superheroes, cheer squads, and more. Parade starts at 10 a.m. at 14th and N. We'll see you Saturday, December 9th in downtown for the Santa Parade with Western Health Advantage, Huff Home Services, and the California National Guard. Get more information at SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Wednesday, it looks like a soggy start with a few showers, but into the afternoon, we'll see sunshine break out. Temperatures will peak today in the upper 50s to low 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Risa, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
This time of year, big box tool stores start to sell a whole bunch of not tools, from dancing Santas to plastic trees. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we'd rather sell you a 4-horsepower chainsaw fitted with a full chisel chain to cut down your own tree. And we have wood chippers come January, because mulch. We're cutting prices on your favorite brands this holiday season. Save on Milwaukee, Ingersoll Rand, and Metaltech in-store or at northerntool.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Oh, I love this restaurant. Glad we got a table quickly.
What does that sign say?
Caution, wet floor?
No, right next to it.
If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of serious consequences from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60. Huh, I didn't know that.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. RSV vaccines, including Pfizer's, are available. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Light the world with the giving machines. Experience the joy of giving this season and helping those in need. Now through December 10th at the Galleria Mall in Roseville.
This segment is brought to you by Light the World Giving Machine.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Katie Christensen will join us in a half an hour.
That's right. Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. That's where she's calling in from.
Maybe. We'll see, because she sure as hell couldn't answer her phone last night. But, you know.
Watching the game.
Busy.
Or whittling a tree.
Oh, by the way, sorry this doesn't work on radio here, but where are we? Yeah, here's. Remember we were talking about the tree? There's her tree.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It's like the Rockefeller Center
awesome.
tree in her
It's a
living
bank
room,
tree.
dude.
They did a tour of the tree to her house.
Yeah,
seriously. Let's get to some post game because hey, why not? But I've been promising this just a real quick taste. You want to hear from any Warrior fans?
Not really.
Okay, here's one.
Live from Low Center, they cheating the Warriors like King shot 21 free throws in the first half. Look at Draymond. You're like, damn, that's a carry. That's all Draymond doing, y'all. That's all he's doing. And he just got a check for that. They're doing everything to keep the Warriors from blowing the Kings out. This whack. This is corny. This is corny. Look at Dre. This is a tech in the NBA. That's the tech. This whack.
We'll get to more of this later, but like the absolute cognitive dissonance you need to have as a Warrior fan. Like, I don't mind them complaining about certain things. That's what fans do. But like straight up, the NBA rigged the game for the Kings to go to the Cup. Not the most marketable team in the NBA, not the most marketable star in the NBA, not the top 5 market versus market 24. No, they rigged the game against the 4-time champion so that the Sacramento Kings could go face off against another huge market in the New Orleans Pelicans in the Cup. Like, you hear stuff like that and you go, some of you bred and some of you vote and some of you are next to me in traffic driving a 1-ton vehicle. Who are these people?
You saw the post going around last night of the guy point for point.
Jim Park?
Yeah.
The former Kings fan? He's my favorite. Oh my God. There is one particular Warriors fan who is just cheese is off the cracker with this guy. Has wanted Kerr fired for years, and everything is a conspiracy, the refs, the this, the that, whatever. And he was leading the charge on we'll get I've got it saved somewhere on literally, dude, the game was rigged for the Sacramento Kings
clearly rigged this game.
Yeah, absolutely, clearly rigged. Let's see. We've got the TNT final call, which
should be in there in that one segment,
right? You mean the one that you outlined for me ever so carefully? Yeah, here it is, right here.
Fighting for the game. They've sent Sacramento to the line 42 times. These are the Warriors' Achilles heels. The Warriors' only chance now to move on in the in-season tournament, Brian, this game's got to go overtime.
Kings have a chance to take the lead here. Wiggins with 5 fouls. Monk drives on it. Monk hangs. And he scores! What a basket! Malik Monk gives the Kings the lead. Clock ticks. Curry with the ball. Puts it up. That's it. The Kings win. A furious comeback. It is Monk with the eventual game winner. And the Sacramento Kings win the game. They win Group C. And the in-season tournament is a hit.
And they will host the New Orleans Pelicans on either Monday or Tuesday.
Monday.
Yeah, Monday. Yeah. Great call.
Yes.
Almost as good a call as you could have. I don't really have any notes.
Yeah.
But there's great calls, and then there's legendary calls. The Silver Fox.
Fox from the logo, creeping forward. Now in 2-point range, backs out, hooks a pass to Herter. Herter swings to the right side to Monk, attacks the baseline, jab step. Now he keeps the dribble alive, gets in the paint. Tough fall away, bank shot is good! Malik Monk somehow banks it home. 7.4 seconds to go. 124-123 Kings. Here's Curry. He'll try to get a shot off to win it. It's on the way. It's front rim short. The Sacramento Kings will advance in most dramatic fashion. It's 124-123, and full-blown late-season pandemonium reigns at Golden Run Center. Fans on their feet, waving the rally towels, savoring the moment after a most improbable, desperate step-back 2-point shot from Malik Monk was banked home. And the Kings get the victory by 1. Vazenkov, fist raised in the air, embraced now by members of the coaching staff for his contribution late. And a night when free throws didn't fall for Sacramento. On a night when they launched 43 three-pointers, made 15 of them, they somehow found a way.
Sorry, we're all celebrating G-Man's call and spinning basketballs. And Chris comes in and clearly, I can't do it at all.
Yeah, he
Jason,
knows what he's doing.
It looked like you were able to pull it off.
Barely.
Then Chris comes in like Harlem Globetrotter.
Yes.
And we start whistling Sweet Georgia Brown when he comes in. And I think it might be because the
ball is really flat.
The ball is the consistency of my belly. It's a little squishy. Anyways, great call by G-Man.
Yes.
Great shot by Kevin Herter to lead that whole thing off. More like Kevin Squirter because he was splashing threes all night.
Okay.
All right, here's Inside the NBA.
Oh, National Crew.
National Crew reacting to Kings and Warriors.
For the Kings, 20 turnovers for the Warriors.
And Brian, that challenge that Steve Kerr lost comes into play because the Warriors didn't have a timeout to advance the ball at the end.
Well, Malik Monk with a game winner. The Kings get their first win of the year, and they will host. Knockout round begins Monday on TNT. For Coach Van Gundy, Chris Hayes, Brian Anderson saying so long from Sacramento. Now to Ernie Johnson in Atlanta.
Woo! Man. That was a night. That was a night for TNT. 8 games in all of them with a bearing on the in-season tournament, including that last one you just saw. And we were talking all night long about, okay, here's the margin. Golden State, win by 12, then you win the group, and you're in the knockout round. Sacramento, if you lose by 11 or less, you win the group, and you're in the knockout round, and they Doggone, they come back and win the game.
Dog my cat. That was a heck of a basketball game.
Very Ernest Johnson.
You threw a dog my cats in
Dog
there.
my cat. Yeah, that was. We had 2 great games tonight. Now we get to go to the knockout round.
Yes, we do. Monday and Tuesday. And, this was a 17-point Golden State lead at halftime of this, looking for all the world like, hey, they're going to win this. They're going to win this group.
Well, I asked Chuck, and he said no to this question. But with Draymond with the ball up 5 when he had that turnover, would they have played the same way if it wasn't about point differential? And that's my question, because I think in a game like this, Golden State was trying to make the play-in tournament. So would he have played that way up, I think it was 3, actually, when he had the turnover? There was 26, 27 seconds left. There's no way that they go that fast at that point in the game.
Well, you're a pro. You still shouldn't turn the ball over, and still, even if you're playing
But Stan
fast.
Van Gundy had a great point. Even when the Warriors been great, one of the problems they've always had is turnovers. Yeah. And it came back to bite them. Now, Sacramento tried to give it back to them, missing all those free throws. But even when the Warriors were great, they struggled with turnovers. And Stan Van Gundy did a fantastic job talking about it during the game.
20 of them for 26 Sacramento points. 20 turnovers.
Wow.
124-123, your final score.
Kind of talked about Kings.
Kings win last night. What does this mean for Steph's legacy? When we come back, I will say this, and I did, like many of you were watching the TNT broadcast last night, especially the Half and Post. Candace Parker is phenomenal. She is a fantastic broadcaster. She's not fantastic for a girl. She's not fantastic for a player. She's really, really good, and I think fits in with that crew more than Shaq does. She'll give it back. She's got points to lay out that not just yelling back and forth, but like, no. Here's the numbers. It's cute that you think that way. And she does it in a way that doesn't sound condescending or aggressive. She just knows her stuff and is tremendous at communicating it, although they all failed there. Although EJ, as always,
cleans it
EJ's
up.
always the one that's trying to clean it up. And, hey, guys, let's remember the Sacramento Kings did the thing. But, hey, look, I'd rather that than lose the game and they talk about the Kings the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Sure.
They'll talk when we're fitting ourselves for the NBA Cup necklace, bracelet, hat, brooch.
Medal.
Yeah.
Thank you. When we return, hey, how about the bank is open himself, Malik Monk,
the hero,
hanging out in the monastery yesterday, going crazy, and we got audio from him next.
De'Aaron Fox plays here.
Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike with the left hand. The Kings lead by 3.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hello, Saver. Whether you're saving for that trip to the tropics or saving for an emergency, now is the time to take advantage of Wells Fargo's savings options. Wells Fargo offers savings accounts that can help you save towards your goals. So, what are you saving for? Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/save to open a savings account today.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
The Rolling Stones, live. Stones Tour 24, Hackney Diamonds. Sponsored by AARP. July 17th, Levi Stadium. The Rolling Stones, the greatest rock and roll band in the world. Tickets on sale Friday, December 1st at 10 a.m. at rollingstones.com. Your chance to see the Stones.
Red Hawk Resort Casino is the best place to go all in and all out. Go all in at our table games, then go all out to win on the area's only 3-story indoor kart track. Or go all in for our famous award-winning buffet. Then go all out at our state-of-the-art 18-lane bowling center. And now with a world-class sports bar and beautiful resort hotel, you can go all in for fun and all out for comfort. We're Red Hawk Resort Casino, official casino partner of the Sacramento Kings.
Yep, 'tis the season. Hi, if you're like me, you take pride in your gift giving. Well, I've got a terrific idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift free from the Good Feet store. If you have someone on your list who's on their feet all day, has sore feet, knee, hip, or back pain, or even plantar fasciitis, maybe needs an energy boost, or just wants to maintain their active lifestyle, a Good Feet Arch Support gift card could be the perfect gift.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Right now, the sewer system is probably the last thing on your mind. And that's okay, because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. If you have a sewer problem like a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Let's get your Jiffy Lube Drive the game right now. 1-800-920-1140. We'll take the first caller that can tell us who had the Drive the Game, brought to you by Gene Ann and our friends at Jiffy Lube. $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube on the line here. Now, I know a lot of people probably don't want to hear this, but we are, weirdly enough, journalists with a capital J. I think it's only fair. We play public enemy number one to us, Draymond Green. Okay, play some of his comments after the game?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Draymond Green after the game.
Like the beam! Like the beam!
Okay.
Interesting.
That was kind of classy of him. Good for him. Light the beam. Light the beam, Draymond. Good for him. Tactical foul, 13-3 run. Key turnover. It wasn't just that the Kings won. It was that the Kings won and Draymond Green helped lose the game for them. What's next? I come home and my wife's like, welcome home. I'll say that. What's next? What other things that don't normally happen are going to happen today? The pig flying outside?
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
Is it freezing in heck, Jason? All right, let's go to Jack. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, is this Jack? Hey, Jack.
This is Jack.
Okay, well, I hate to say this, but as always, we're rooting for you. But look, if I'm a
Jack's got a great track record.
If I'm a
the record is great. Yes.
If I'm a betting man, Jack's gonna bust out with De'Aaron Fox beat Zion Williamson on the play or something here. Jack, I hope you get it right because I'd love to give you a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. What was the Jiffy Lube play of the game last night?
That would be a drive by De'Aaron Fox for the bucket and a foul.
A drive by De'Aaron Fox for the bucket and the foul. God, I'm almost afraid to play this clip, Jason, because I love Jack so much. He's such a loyal listener. But you have to be fair. You can't rig these contests like the refs did for the Warriors or the Kings last night. Here you go. We'll play the clip here.
Fox greeted by Payton as he crosses the midcourt line to our right. Screen from JaVale. Accelerates right, goes left, takes it to the window. He's fouled. He's got the basket. There's your Jiffy Lube drive of the game. It comes early. A 7-0 Kings run.
Hey,
Jack did it.
Jack finally won
That
something.
was the next thing that was going to happen.
That was. You're right. All the stuff happened that normally doesn't happen for the Kings. The very next thing, Jack actually wins a contest.
Are
Jack,
we sure this is Jack?
It's impossible.
Hey, I'm here for you guys.
Bizarro Jack, congratulations. We've both met Jack. He's a phenomenal guy. Great longtime listener to the program. Super happy for you, Jack. You get a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. I'll see you there soon because I got to get my brakes done. Get out there, winterize your car. And as always, Jack, thanks so much for not just listening to last night's game, but thank you so much, along with many, many of you, for listening each and every day, my friend.
No, thank you guys very much. Have a great day.
You too, brother. Take care. That is
and you hung up on him.
And you hung up on him.
Wow.
Well, you know what, Jason? I like to say you got to earn it. So, knowing Jack, he won't call back.
Jackety Jack won't call back.
Oh, poor
I just
Jack.
appreciated being right. I don't need Jiffy Lube.
I mean, his shooting percentage is now like 0.06. Way to go, Jack.
Way to go, Jack.
But please call back.
Good for you, old Jackaroo. Here's a Malik Monk post game.
Malik, congrats on the win. If you can you take us through that final sequence when you were just trying to get your shot over Wiggs?
Yeah, like you just said, man, I was just searching for a little space. I hit him with a little in and out. He bid for it, and that gave me the space to get the little floater up. Glass, I guess. Go to the bank, man.
Yep.
No, we was just trying to get them scrambling. And whoever got the ball, we faithful. And we know whoever gets it, we don't care who shoots. So it was just to make them scramble.
Malik, we heard De'Aaron say while he was lighting the beam that so many people were focused on the point differential, but you guys were focused on the win.
Yeah.
Just how big is that to get a win against a team that sort of had their thumb on top of your head for a couple of games there?
Yeah, man, it feels good. Can't really celebrate too much. We got a game tomorrow, but it was great to get that one. To cut it to 2-1. Go back to their place. We got to get one from them when we get there, though. But it's great. Feels great to get that win.
Kendra Andrews, ESPN, a two-part question for you. The first part, you guys were down 24. Just what was the conversation between you guys? What brought you back from that deficit?
We didn't give up that many threes in the second half. I think they hit 5 threes in the second half, but they hit 12 in the first. And that was a big part of it. And then we just slowed Steph and Clay down. And that's be the main goal. Try to let the other guys beat us, but we was able to get some stops at the end and get the win.
The second part of my question, in the fourth quarter, about 3 minutes in, when Draymond got his tech, then he fouled, they pulled him. It felt like at least a big momentum shift. Do you see that as when you guys were able
Yep. Yeah, it definitely was the momentum we needed from them slipping up right there. But yeah, Mike been telling us to stay with it the whole game. And something's gonna happen. Make the refs make a call. And we just stuck with the game plan.
Malik, just how much do you enjoy having a moment like that to not only against the Warriors, the 24-point deficit, but to have that kind of game winner that way in season tournament, just that moment? How much do you just love that moment?
I just love playing basketball, man. So anytime I can step on the court, I'm always happy. But doing that in the season tournament, the first one, it's just great. It brings a lot more energy in this building. And I think they're going to continue to be loud for us.
Malik Monk contributing, Jason, in more ways than one, according to Mike Brown, who had this really cool nugget.
We were starting to get a little carried away as a staff at the officials, and Malik came over and scolded all of us coaches. He said, hey, leave the officials alone. You guys need to be quiet. And I'm glad he did. You know, we all got to be held accountable. That was probably the only thing that got a little testy is when Malik told us to shut up, and we were kind of looking at each other. Did he just do that? Yeah, he just did that. Okay, maybe we should listen to him. And we did. And once we did that, in my opinion, that's when we took off.
That's leadership.
Yes.
And I found myself, you know, they were miking up. They mic'd up both Steph and De'Aaron. And I feel like it was all Steph on the TNT broadcast, but they were showing Steph kind of gathering everybody during timeouts or after timeouts and saying, okay, let's do this. Let's limit this. Let's step on their necks here. Let's stay up 20 here, you know, and say what you want, but it's leadership. And in the lowest of lows yesterday, I found myself going, where is the veteran leadership on this team? You know, like Harrison carries himself very quietly. He is the vet leader, but he's not, he doesn't strike you as like the rah-rah vocal dude. Draymond's probably obviously the big rah-rah vocal guy, but Steph can get in people's heads. Clay can get in people's heads. And that doesn't include the coaching staff as well. So I found myself just really wanting that vet leadership at some point. And obviously you got to credit the coaching staff and the players. I'm just so proud of the way they finished, as you pointed out earlier, Jason, the second quarter to get a little momentum into the half. And then whatever happened in that locker room, you know, it was a completely different Kings team that, as you said, they didn't go on some 23-4 run. They just eked away at that lead.
Yeah, it was like a 40-point third quarter, which is great. But I think it was 40-35. So, I mean, it wasn't like they, 40-24 quarter. They got the lead going into the fourth. It was just the slow burn to come back, get the lead, lose the lead, then look like they were in trouble in the final minute. And then they made enough plays at the end. I think we've seen this team play far better games this season, even far better quarters. I don't even know that they really had an amazing night, but they had an amazing result.
It was 74-48, I think, was the biggest deficit. And then the final score, 124 to
72-48, I think.
Was it 72-48? Okay, excuse me. So that's just quick math here. 76, and you said what, 72? So 31, 50, 76-55 from that point. Does that sound right?
51.
Whatever. They outscored them by a lot after that, and then they ended up winning. You said 1 minute. Good. Perfect. I wanted to get to this at some point. We were talking about point differential being a bit controversial with players. Here's Jalen Brunson talking after the Celtics were able to win quite big last night.
It's tough because, I mean, that's just not how the game is supposed to be played. You know, one, you got to respect your opponents, and two, like, you know, it's just weird setup. You know, we understand the rules, but like if I was another team, I'd be upset as well if we were doing, you know, the hacker drumming in the middle of the fourth quarter. But, you know, our coaching staff made their decisions, and we stick with it.
How do you feel about the kind of the change in thinking?
You know, personally, I don't really have a comment on it. I think that, you know, the agenda has been to try to increase competition, to increase revenue, to kind of make it, you know, I guess more exciting during this time of year. But, you know, I don't have a comment, but I will say that honestly, if you know, it's a line between increasing, you know, excitement, revenue, notoriety, whatever, and compromising, like, you know, ethics and of the game, you know, and it's a balance. This is kind of the first that we've kind of seen this, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of conversations going around.
I don't have a comment, but I'm going to spend the next 40 seconds commenting.
Would you say this is a parallel? When he's saying that, I was thinking about, I mean, it is different. It was unique. It makes, these are, when he's kind of saying like the code or the unwritten rules. Yeah. The Waste Management Golf Tournament in Phoenix.
I know where you're going here, and I like it.
Complete, like, it's a party.
Yeah.
It's crazy of the rider, like cheering, you know, taunting.
Yeah.
That's golf is stoic. Like, no.
Right.
No.
Right.
Like, this is not how we do this. Well, it is in this tournament. So it's different. That makes that different. Better, maybe worse for some. I don't know.
That's a different component.
Right.
And honestly, maybe it's just a matter of, maybe it takes a year, maybe it takes two, but you train the players, you train the coaches. This is a little bit different. And you know what? Soccer players deal with it in their competitions. A lot of people deal with it in their competitions. And what's the old saying? If I do believe that if you're blowing someone out by 20, 30 points and there's 10 seconds left, you don't take the shot normally. But in this situation, maybe you just say, stop them. Then stop them. Foul them. Whatever you got to do, but figure it out. Don't let them score. You're a professional. We'll take a break. When we come back, another professional who got the night off last night. We'll see what she did. Katie Christensen, TV analyst for your Sacramento Kings. She'll join us on your home of the victorious, your home of the demon slaying, your home of the group winners advancing to the knockout stage of the NBA Cup, your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division type GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Does your dog leave frowny piles of poo around the yard? Did you know that a solid poo is one of the best indicators of your dog's gut health? Supreme Source Super Premium Dog Food is made with organic super seaweed and other powerful antioxidants, supporting a healthy digestive system. Real protein is always the first ingredient, plus a blend of essential vitamins and minerals to help support your dog's overall health and well-being. Do their digestion a solid, literally. Find Supreme Source Premium Dog Food at Safeway, Save Mart, and Smart & Final, or a local grocery store near you.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you find the right customers, spread awareness of your product or services. We can help build trust in your brand and services with a digital marketing campaign, increase leads, and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing campaigns that deliver results. Don't wait. Get started today. Contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Now listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and myself the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Get your vehicle ready for the holiday driving season at Jiffy Lube today. Oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. For more information, go to jiffylube.com.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Car.
Place, you know, just good stuff. Katie, about ready to join us? Let's hear from Kings fans this morning again.
I'm running things. I'm running things.
Feels good. Joining us right now. I especially liked her comments in the third quarter during that one run. I thought she was on her game last night. Possibly the best call Katie Christensen's had as an analyst for your Sacramento Kings, and she joins us right now. Good morning, Katie.
Oh, wow, Dave. You're just full of it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, maybe pick your phone up after the game next time.
Oh, gosh, you're so needy.
Well, there's no lie there. Yeah, I don't have a good comeback. Well, just so people understand the joke, TNT, of course, there's no TV, local TV. So you watched, I would like to think you watched as a fan. You got some popcorn, maybe a hot dog, enjoyed yourself. But why do I feel like none of that was the case?
Well, I did watch, and I almost caught up to the end, right? Like I almost I had my daughter, so I got to give her a bath, dinner, put her to bed.
Oh, you didn't go?
Stories. No, I did not go. And that's the thing. It's like when we don't have the games, I take advantage. I'm gone so much. I take advantage of having my daughter and being home. So, and the nice thing about watching it at home, Dave, Jason, you guys both know me really well. It allows me to actually really have a lot of emotion and say things that would probably get me kicked off TV. So there was a lot of screaming going on for sure.
I'd be curious on that visual, Katie, of the first half vocabulary you had and what you were watching, because it was so frustrating. The King, you just called the game in Minnesota, where arguably that was their best quarter, best half that we've seen them play, and then I thought the first half was 10 steps back. I thought they were awful in the first half.
Yeah, what new words does Jade know this morning?
Well, she was asleep, thankfully.
good.
Yeah, there was definitely frustrating parts. I thought the first portion of the game before the first timeout was it was like a furious pace, and both teams were hitting, and Kevin came out and was playing really well. But kind of as a whole, I'm sitting here going like, gosh, like how is Golden State hitting? I mean, throughout the whole night, to be honest, both teams hit some ridiculous shots in the paint and finished at the basket. And it was like, what? Like, how is that possible? It was an exciting game in that sense. I was a little frustrated watching it on TNT, as we always are. I think Kings fans as well. I know that De'Aaron was mic'd up. I know that Steph was mic'd up, but we heard from Steph the entire game and never heard from De'Aaron. And
what was that?
I know it's frustrating. And then like the very beginning, like they show him before warmups, and I think it was, what did he say? Like, not a chance. And I'm just sitting here going like, oh my God, this is just brutal. And then they start off the way that they did, and they were missing free throws, but man, I thought that, I feel like Mike Brown has such a great feel for the game, and Sasha didn't play at all in the first half of the game, and he played big minutes, like long stretches in the second half. And I thought he played really well. He hit some shots. He made some defensive plays. Like, I was really frustrated with that flopping call. Luckily they can review, and they overturned it. And then, I think it was, not that long after, where Draymond should have gotten called for a flopping foul on Trey Lyles. And you're sitting there, you're screaming at the TV, and it's fun to watch in that sense, but it's also, you're like, God, it would have been a really fun game to call.
Katie Christensen joining us. I think you missed, by the way, I just caught this on the text line. That's why I paused. Jason, you were there. Katie and I were not. Did I hear a full-blown attempt at a Sabonis chant last night through the TV?
Oh, they played the song a ton. I don't know.
But we're not getting the DeMontis Sabonis. Chris, come in here real quick. We're not getting the DeMontis Sabonis part of this.
I was trying so hard.
Anyone catching on? No.
The people that are around me are kind of catching on, but
Katie, can you help us on the broadcast?
I'm so lost right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're trying to get this chant going all year. So the Seven Nation Army, the dun 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 dun. So we want the crowd to, when they play that at Golden One Center, have them go DeMontis Sabonis when he's at the free throw line, or he's going to the center circle. But we can't get it out there. I'm thinking of writing a songbook or something for everyone. The atmosphere was great last night late, but as you probably noticed on television, coming out of the jump when the Warriors started going up, boy, that was a library in there. I think a lot of people expected this team to crap the bed, as they did in the first half, but boy, did they show heart in that second half.
They really did, and I think it's crazy. Even when they got down by 20, I'm sitting here and I'm like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This team has the ability to come back. Golden State turns the ball over so frequently, and because of the volume of threes that they shoot, I'm like, there's no way that they continue to shoot in the second half the way that they did in the first. And that's just kind of how the game usually works out and evens out. And that's exactly what happened. And man, just big plays down the stretch. And Malik Monk, I don't know what that shot was, how he got it off. I thought it was really interesting to see, Wiggins on De'Aaron Fox primarily throughout the game. And it's kind of the same way as the San Antonio game where De'Aaron was kind of quiet in the first quarter, especially, and he's just trying. He does such a great job of feeling out how a defender is playing him. He doesn't overdo things. He really tries to kind of probe them and see where he can get his spots, and he tests them a little bit early in the game, and that's when he figures it out. And he went to the line a ton of times. The free throws last night were just, that's been an issue early in the season for the Kings, and it's one of those things that is really starting to frustrate me, to worry me, because this team needs to be able to shoot a decent percentage at the line because they're so good at getting there generally. Let's just leave the Minnesota game out of it completely. But yeah, I mean, there's ways that teams beat themselves. And one of the ways that they beat themselves is not knocking down free throws. And so that was something last night that I was just like, you're sitting here and you're like, what's going to happen? And they're still able to pull it out in the end. But I think it was a really good statement game because this team has proven that they can contend, they can beat, some of the best teams in the league. And whatever the rivalry is with Golden State, I haven't seen Golden State get up for games the way that they do for the Kings. Mm-hmm. So it's something that is kind of a fun thing to witness and be a part of, and just kind of see the growth of this Kings team and figuring out how to win games even when they're not playing at their best.
Katie Christensen joining us on the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Katie, Domantas Sabonis last night didn't have like his normal, what we've been seeing him do type of game, but it's maybe more normal what's going on with him and the Warriors. What do you see about the way they defend him that has given him so much trouble?
Well, first of all, I think Kevon Looney is one of the most important pieces to the success of that team. And it's not just against the Kings. Like, he just does all the little things, the dirty things, the rebounding, defensively, he's really, really good kind of on that back line for them. And he plays drop coverage against Domas. And a lot of teams don't do that, even though they've seen the Warriors do it with some success, because I think that Domas did a better job last night than he did in the playoffs against them. But there were still times where, he was at the free throw line, he's got the ball, and you have Looney in that drop coverage, and I'm like, shoot the ball. But then it's like he's patient, and then Kevin Huerter comes off of a curl screen, and then that feed that where Kevin comes off the curl screen, he's got the handoff, and then Domas cuts to the rim, and that massive dunk that he had. Like, he's just patient, and I think sometimes Domas is too unselfish. And that kind of plays into it. And he's like, okay, well, I'm not going to take it personally that this is how they're defending me. I can shoot the three, I can shoot the mid-range jumper, but I know that we can work this offense and get something better. And so that's kind of the thing. I did like his patience last night, because even me as a player, I'd be like, what? Okay, I'm just going to shoot this. And he's not perturbed by that, where a lot of players kind of take it with their ego, but he's just really smart. He just works the offense. He's like a conductor out there, and they got really good stuff despite the fact that, Looney kept going into that drop coverage.
Katie Christensen joining us. Katie, they shot worse from the field. The Kings shot worse from behind the arc. The Kings shot 64% from the line to the Warriors 87. The Kings went to the line 42 times, over 20 in the third quarter. The Sacramento Kings missed 15 free throws, which is more than they missed in Game 7 last year. It's more than they missed in Game 7 of 2002. How the hell did they win this game?
I really think it was their ability to turn over the Warriors. I mean, they scored. They
31 turnovers. 31 turnovers. Sorry, 18 turnovers.
Yeah. What was it? 31 points off at the end. I didn't look at the end stat, but I know at one point in the third quarter, they already had 19 points off turnovers. That was really what they were able to do, was despite the fact that they weren't shooting the ball well in the half court setting, they did get really good, solid looks and finish well in transition. And it's like, sometimes you're like, how, you look at a stat sheet and you're like, how did they win this game? Well, sometimes it's those plays that really don't show up. It's the 50-50 balls. It's the hustle plays. It's, I thought they did a really good job collectively as a team last night. I have no idea what the stats were. I didn't look at the stat sheet yet. I'll do that a little bit later today when I'm prepping for tonight. But rebounding wise, they struggle against Golden State because Looney is so good down there, and Wiggins does a great job. I mean, Steph rebounded the ball well, but I thought the Kings did a great job last night at tipping balls out and giving themselves an opportunity where you may not be able to collect the rebound, but you're able to kind of tip it out and give yourself a shot by hopefully getting it to a guard. And it was just the little things that they did consistently throughout the game that you don't see on a stat sheet. And it's all 5 guys taking part in that. So yeah, it's puzzling when you look at the stat sheet, I'm sure, but when you watch it, they just did all of the little things that add up.
Katie Christensen joins us each and every Wednesday. You can hear her, watch her on the Kings broadcast. She'll be
tonight,
back to work tonight against the Clippers, who historically the Kings and Clippers play pretty boring games.
Yeah.
Hopefully she'll find something to talk about, and hopefully the Beard can continue his losing ways tonight at Golden One Center. Katie, thank you so much. Congratulations on your Rockefeller Center tree in your living room. We were talking about that earlier. Congratulations on not falling off the ladder while decorating it, because we know you're not the most graceful.
Wow.
I meant that as a compliment.
You meant that as a compliment.
It would be her ability to overcome a handicap to get
That is
things.
not, yeah. Oh gosh, Dave.
Listen, you're not talking about the most stable. You got a big, tall person with tiny
She's
feet.
a professional athlete.
She was a long time ago.
Wow.
A lot of things have happened since then. We'll talk about that next week. Love you, Katie.
Oh gosh. All right, bye guys.
Bye. She'd say love you too. I wonder why.
She didn't. I wonder why.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Kings head coach Mike Brown. Don't forget, later on in this hour, Rolling Stones tickets to bribe you with, and also a retirement in the NFL. We'll talk to you about it next.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division type, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and all NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
This time of year, big box tool stores start to sell a whole bunch of not tools, from dancing Santas to plastic trees. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we'd rather sell you a 4-horsepower chainsaw fitted with a full chisel chain to cut down your own tree. And we have wood chippers come January, because mulch. We're cutting prices on your favorite brands this holiday season. Save on Milwaukee, Ingersoll Rand, and Metaltech in-store or at northerntool.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
on Sactown Sports.
Our thanks to Katie Christensen for joining us. Rolling Stone tickets later on in this hour. Don't forget, Sam Amick will join us tomorrow. And we still have Greg Papa Friday.
Yeah.
Niners on Sunday.
Yeah. A meal later today.
Oh, that's right. How did I forget about a meal?
It's a big game week for those guys.
Holy gee willikers, a meal Fragoso at 9 talking Niners. So I think that's really the only non-King segment we're having today.
Yeah.
And it's actually kind of a really funny dynamic because I've spent all last night and part of this morning just trolling Warrior fans and being as low class as I possibly can and petty. But then all that goes by the wayside Sunday, and we all reunite again to be Niner fans. And let's go Eagles! We're hanging out together.
Unfortunately, there was a Kings fan last night that picked a Kings win over a Niners win. So
there was,
yeah.
Wait, was
Sorry,
that
Niners fan?
Yeah. Wait, that wasn't me, right? I picked the
No, you picked Niners.
Oh, okay, all right. Do we know this person?
Huh?
Do we know who this was?
I'm just making it up.
Oh, I was about ready to seek him out.
Yeah.
Where were
I'm going to get you.
Right, exactly. Where were you last night? Well, listen in.
Here's Curry's first launch for three. Score it! Steph Curry from downtown on the left angle. 15-10 in favor of the Warriors. Curry in 2-point range to Draymond. He'll spot up for three. Draymond Green scores the three, and it's now an 18-10 advantage. Skips it out on the right angle. Moody goes to the baseline, pivots, now to Curry, straight away, quick release for three, and he scores the triple. Warriors in command by 21, looking for more. Wiggins says, we can do it. He knocks down three, and the Kings are being run out of the arena. This is turned ugly at 72-48. Back to 2-point range to Fox, straight away. He'll launch for three. Scores the three. It's now a 10-point ball game at 102-92. Shovels it out to Herter. Back to Sasha. Quick release for three. Nothing but net. That one was up in the lights. Check that ball. It might have frost on it. Wow. 106-98. Sasha Vezenkov. Fox now drives, gets into the paint, squares up, draws the foul, scores the basket. The first time since the early minutes of the ball game when the Kings led 8-7. They are on top, 111-110. Herter swings to the right side to Monk. Attacks the baseline, jab step. Now he keeps the dribble alive, gets in the paint. Tough ball away, back shot is good. Malik Monk somehow banks it home. 7.4 seconds to go. 124-123 Kings. Here's Curry. He'll try to get a shot off to win it. It's on the way. It's front rim short. The Sacramento Kings will advance in most dramatic fashion. It's 124-123, and full-blown late-season pandemonium reigns at Golden One Center.
Win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough.
I mean,
every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah.
That's great work, Chris.
And they stay there.
That's well done. We kind of lowered our expectations going into it.
It's okay.
That's well done. It was absolutely well done. I think fans everywhere were feeling it. And last night in that fourth quarter.
He's not a machine. He's a man.
Неправда.
No pain.
When did the montage start?
The
halftime, late second quarter, into the third, fourth quarter, 5 minutes left.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I think
that,
it was
that third quarter. It felt like the montage was like when you had the disc man and it kept skipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third quarter took about 3 days.
Oh, you're just waiting and waiting and waiting and kind of pumped up.
Yeah.
A little pumped up here.
Boom, boom.
We'll hear from, I don't want to shortchange, we'll get to Mike Brown's start of the next segment. Wanted to just fit this in here. Deshaun Jackson announced his retirement today, former Cal star, former Eagles star. Have you seen the video on it yet? He was at the podium. He actually retired at Cal, went to the podium, and I guess he had his speech waiting for him. And then right when he got to the steps of the podium, he just dropped it behind him and went up and sat down. It's like deep. That's a good one. That is such a deep. It's a deep cut.
Yeah, people know that.
I wonder how many people. I know you. I saw the recognition with Chris too, but I wonder how many. That might just be one of our jokes. I don't know. Maybe I should have more faith in the audience.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, the Kings rally from 24 points down to get a victory, and now they say to the rest of the NBA Cup world, that was the wrong thing.
Yeah, but that's what they say.
That is what they say.
I'm running things.
This is my favorite cut today. We'll be right back. Kings rally next.
Two of the best the NFL and NFC has to offer meet Sunday in Philadelphia.
Purdy out of the shotgun, looks left, throws end zone. Caught! George Kittle in the back of the end zone.
It's the Philadelphia Eagles, owners of the top spot in the NFC, versus the San Francisco 49ers, who have had this game circled on their calendar for months. Join Greg Papa and Tim Ryan for all the exciting action Sunday at 1 on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
At Lowe's, you can save big on DeWalt tools, tough enough to take on even the most demanding jobs. Right now, buy one DeWalt 20-volt max brushless drill kit or impact driver kit for just $99. And there's more. Save over $20 on the DeWalt Tough Grip 110-piece screwdriver set. Was $49.98, now only $25.98. Because Lowe's knows tools, Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 11/29 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At American Energy, their number one priority is making sure you and your family are comfortable in your home for the holidays. And that's why they're giving away a free whole home HVAC system to one lucky family in the greater Sacramento area. Now, if you or you know a family in need of being comfortable this winter, enter for your chance to win the American Energy Comfort Giveaway by going to the AEway.com today. You could win a free whole home HVAC system. American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. For official contest rules, go to the AEway.com.
Amazon will be delivering packages to your house. Let Amazon deliver customers to your business. If that sounds good and you want more in 2024, simply text DIGITAL to 916-766-5105.
This segment is brought to you by Light the World Giving Machine.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources. I mean, he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
All right, welcome back. It is a Cup Day Victory Day show. Oh, smooth. The Kings, undefeated. The Kings have never lost an NBA Cup match.
Nope. Facts.
Some teams aren't built for the NBA Cup, as we saw last night. Some teams wilt under the pressure, and other teams find a way to win.
It's a pretty good final 8, too.
Yeah, like
the league should be happy. Like they didn't really get the, hey, Detroit got in, and that gives you like the Cinderella team, but it's kind of some power teams.
I mean, we're going to spend today and tomorrow and maybe the whole rest of the year on last night's game, but the storyline that's there, right? That's the incredible. We're 2 wins away from it. If everyone does what they're supposed to do. The first ever NBA Cup inaugural final, your Sacramento Kings versus the Indiana Pacers.
Excuse me. Just getting some word in my ear from the national. You mispronounced Lakers Celtics.
Oh, nobody wants to see those old tired franchises. That was last year. This is a 100-year anniversary year for the Kings.
I don't think fans realize that would be the game to see. That would be the most entertaining.
Honestly, entertaining-wise, it would be fantastic.
It would be insane. And it would break both cities. Like, it would break both cities. It would break both fan
That's why they have
bases.
to play it in Vegas.
100%. And honestly, I think if that happened, I think that would officially decide who won the trade, right?
Oh, no.
That's what decides it. It's the Who Won the Trade Cup, brought to you by, I don't know, a car dealer.
Yeah.
Because, trade-ins and stuff. Like, that's what it would be.
I think that's the night to rest some guys. Load management.
I mean, Buddy Hield, Tyrese Halliburton versus De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis.
That would be the game where Buddy would go 6 of 9.
Buddy hits a game winner. That's the way that would be. Right?
Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know. I guess I would not feel this way. I don't know why, but when you said that, why did this pop into my head? When you said that, I had this image of like Pat Rita as Mr. Miyagi, where he's like smiling and nodding at Buddy Hield at the end, like this acknowledgement of like,
nice job, buddy.
Nice job, bud.
We all know Mr. Miyagi is a Kings fan.
True.
Sacramento's Pat Morita, the late great Pat Morita. I think in the end, if that were, let's say Pacers down 2, time running out, Tyrese Halliburton, it would be Halliburton, of course. No look dish to Buddy Hield, just slow mo. Everyone's like, no, and it gets to Buddy and it goes right through his hands in the third row and hits Phil Oates in the forehead.
Wow.
That's how it would, because he'd be there in Vegas. That's how it would end. He'd be right in the front row of life.
Yeah.
My guy Phil. Here's my guy Mike Brown. Let's hear from the coach at the end of the game.
This is about our second half defense. Our second half defense was very good. Against the Warriors, they scored 51 points in a half. Not only did they score 51 points in a half, they had 20 turnovers. We needed every single point of the 26 points that we had off their turnovers, obviously, to get this game. And, obviously a lot of it had to do because we didn't shoot the ball well from the free throw line. But to say you walked away from the second half with those guys scoring 51 points is huge. And then down the stretch, we didn't want to call a timeout. We knew they didn't have any. We didn't want them to be able to go offense, defense with their group. And so we just kept playing the game. And our guys, they had 2 big hits on Steph down the stretch. And it was just basically us yelling from the sideline, go hit, go hit, go hit. And our guys executed the hits very, very well. Obviously, one, Malik hits a big, big 3 for us. And then the second one kind of sped him up a little bit. And Draymond ended up turning the ball over when he threw it out of bounds, which led to the game winner from Malik. So I take my hat off to our team defense in the second half. A lot of different guys stepped up and played the way that we needed to play in order to squeak out a win versus a very good team. But I would, I got to mention that De'Aaron Fox, what a game. And I say what a game from the standpoint that not only are we asking him to score, okay, we're asking him to score, push the pace, get guys involved, make plays for yourself and for others. We're asking him to do that at a high level. But if you want the definition of a two-way player, you look at that second half tonight. And he went from guarding Klay Thompson to Steph Curry, back to Klay Thompson to Steph Curry, guarded Draymond a little bit. I mean, he was all over the place defensively. That's the definition of a two-way player. Put him in Webster's.
Old school reference.
Old school reference. That is Mike Brown post game.
But he talks up his stars. I love that. I mean, he's critical of them. Coaches them up, coaches them as hard as he does the rest of the team. But when he gets to that post game, man, he likes to elevate those guys, and I love it.
Kings now obviously they have the Clippers tonight and Denver Saturday. They got business to take care of. But they will now host New Orleans on Monday at Golden One Center, of course.
Yes.
That is the knockout stage. That is one and done. So by law, as we figured out earlier this week, Monday is a must win.
True.
Yes, it is a true blue.
To win the cup, it's a must win.
They are 3 wins away from hoisting the cup.
Yeah. And the first 2, as a reminder for everybody, count as regular season games. The championship does not.
That's right. So Chris Verlaud, in European soccer, for example, English soccer, you win the Premier League, you win the FA Cup, you win the Champions League. That's called the treble.
Correct.
So would the treble equivalent in the NBA now be the NBA Cup, the NBA Finals, and Summer League?
That's it. You got it.
I mean, right? That's what it has to be. So obviously what now? But now here's the thing: if the Kings win the Cup and the Finals and next year's Summer League, does that count?
I think that's like the Tiger Slam.
Right. So it would have to be last year's Summer League that passed. So they can't win the treble, but they can win the double.
They could. First ever.
I will say this right now live on the air. If the Kings win the double this year, I will find some way. I don't know what it would be, but I will tattoo something on the bottom. I will get my first tattoo, and it will be like a cup.
So they have to win both.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So what are you saying they can't?
No, I'm
Negative
just
Nancy.
thinking you might just have one of them.
I'm not getting a tattoo if they win the NBA Cup.
Wow. Dave doesn't like the cup.
I mean, I'll get do you think, what would be the perfect, what they should get? What if they actually got an NBA Cup, but it was like a gold chalice with like diamonds on it that you could like drink out of if you wanted.
Yeah.
And then sell replicas. Like I want to be sitting here doing a show if they win the whole thing, drinking out of our NBA Cups.
No, I want like a big cup, like a trophy.
Like a big trophy cup. Like
a Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup. Okay. Oh, there's Emmy in. All right. There's Emmy.
Sasha.
Yeah. Big night for Sasha. Big night for Emmy. Let me see here. What are we? We're at 8:35. Okay, I got time for this. Let's get to. I really want to do this here. Let's get to some more Warrior fan tears here. Here's we played part earlier from one guy. Let's play another here.
Fantastic job talking about it during the game.
The fact that Charles and them are actually up here saying something negative about the Warriors lets me know they don't give a about actually watching the game. I'm not posting no Kings highlights because they didn't even deserve this win. They missed 100 free throws. They got over 40 free throws. They don't even deserve no highlights. The refs controls this game. Over 20 free throws in the third quarter. They probably shot over 40 free throws in the game. Come on, bro. What kind of game is that? I don't care how they try to force this to be a great game. That game was so exciting. It wasn't an exciting game. The third quarter and the fourth and half of the fourth quarter, we literally watched the whole free throw game. It wasn't exciting at all. Van Gundy should never announce a Warriors game. That's equivalent to Foster reffing the Warriors game. And nothing, bro. This shit's corny as
I'll read you a couple too, Jason, since we have a couple.
Can I say my favorite part about that? It's not even what he's saying.
It's the fire alarm.
It's the low battery on his fire.
Couldn't agree with you more, dude.
I like the use of the word corny.
Corny. It's corny, bro.
Okay.
Here's another one. The rigging of this game is absolutely insane. League said, let's make sure Warriors don't win the in-season tournament. I don't even care. Just win this game. Because, of course, you're going to rig it for the Kings.
Why would you want Steph in there?
Kings didn't win. Warriors lost. They got up 30 and then just proceeded to turn the ball over. Dudes weren't even trying to play. You all were defeated, and then they took pity on your whole team and celebrated a 1-point win like it was the finals, LOL. Let's see.
It's almost it would be scary if the Kings would have won the playoffs against the Warriors last year.
It's so great. So rigged. Y'all gonna raise a banner tonight? You know, the one for taking a crappy Warriors team to Game 7 of a first-round playoff series? Oh, the regular season wins are fun for starving franchises. Been there. It's a stupid tournament game. Nobody even cares. These are all like actual things. You can check my timeline on Twitter. It's okay. We'll light the beam gold and blue again at the end of the season. What? Can't you admit it was a crooked game? This is beyond embarrassing. This must make the Kings season since they ain't winning anything. Are you okay being handed a win by the refs Are you really celebrating this hard for a win? A quarter of the way to a long NBA season? A 4-time world champs would never celebrate like this. It's just, honestly, I think what it is it's when the bulk, not all, like my cousin Tantra and her family were at the game last night. My cousin-in-law Michael is a diehard Warrior fan, so are their kids. We were texting friendly throughout. Like our friends we vacation with, I've told you before, diehard Warrior. There are wonderful Warriors fans.
I would say I don't want to say majority.
God, don't you dare, even if it's true.
But there are a lot of quiet Warriors fans that
Yes.
enjoy their team, and they don't. Here's what absolutely got under my skin last night was I was watching the game. The Kings are just getting their teeth kicked in, and it's quiet. No one's saying anything, but Warriors fans aren't saying anything. Warriors fans aren't doing anything. They're not celebrating. It's just whatever. And then as the Kings come back and the Warriors score, now when the Kings score, you go like, yeah.
Right.
When the Warriors would score, you would see this wave of people turn around to the other fans to go, yeah.
Exactly. Double fisting their beers with their medium curry jersey with the tag still on it. That's what happens when a good portion of your fan base hopped on in 2015, thinks Andres Biedrins is a drink, and they have no idea. And they can't handle losing. So it can't be them. It can't be the team. It's got to be the refs. It's got to be the NBA rigged the game for the Sacramento Kings. I'm here for it. And you know what? And I know we're late. Let me just say this because it's too much to say on Twitter. Let me just speak to Warrior fans real quick. Do you think we don't know it's an NBA Cup game, which we don't even know what that is yet? Do you think we don't know that you beat us on our home floor in Game 7? Do you think we don't know that we're one of the most pathetic franchises in the NBA for the last 38 years? Like, just stop and think about that. How about good win, guys? You know what? We've been there. The Warriors were pathetic. The Chris Cohan Warriors were pathetic. They were a joke. Joe Lacob got booed off the floor at Chris Mullin's retirement ceremony because they just traded Monte Ellis. We understand what it's like to be a dynasty, but we also understand what it's like to be the joke of the NBA. We as Kings fans understand this isn't the championship, that you have 4 rings, that we understand all of that. But why, if you wonder why we get so salty or petty, or at least I'll just speak for myself, it's because the sheer audacity of not being able, I'm not asking you to be happy. Your team lost. Your team lost in a tough way. But isn't there some part of you that can look over here and say, you know what? Good for them, or we're going to let them have this one because there's no bandwagon Kings fans right now, or at least there hasn't been mostly, because there's nothing to bandwagon on, because this team just broke a 16-game playoff drought last season, and they're getting a little our kids deserve happiness. Our kids deserve to go to sleep at night with a smile on their face. Those of us who were kids when we started rooting for this team, we deserve to go to sleep having been the victors for once, even if it's a random night in November to not even win anything, just to advance to the next round of a tournament. That's what we hold on to when you are thirsty and you're walking through the desert. You convince yourself that the sand is drinkable. That is a normal human psychological fact. So why not look at your fellow sports fan, especially since you were in that desert for most of your fan life, if you're a true blue diehard fan of the Warriors, and say, I get it. Let them have it. Good for you. And when you don't, 4 rings and this and that, whatever, all I hear is crying. All I hear is low class. And we're gonna meet that with crying and low class and memes of toddlers throwing tantrums. Because what else do we have? Sacramento. God hates Sacramento. But for one night last night, one brief shining moment, he winked at us and we winked back. Who's hot, who's not, and Rolling Stones tickets coming up next.
Two of the best the NFL and NFC has to offer meet Sunday in Philadelphia.
Purdy out of the shotgun, looks left, throws end zone. Caught! George Kittle in the back of the end zone.
It's the Philadelphia Eagles, owners of the top spot in the NFC, versus the San Francisco 49ers, who have had this game circled on their calendar for months. Join Greg Papa and Tim Ryan for all the exciting action Sunday at 1 on your home for 49ers football, Sactown Sports.
The Rolling Stones, live. Stones Tour 24, Hackney Diamonds. Sponsored by AARP. July 17th, Levi Stadium. The Rolling Stones. The greatest rock and roll band in the world. Tickets on sale Friday, December 1st at 10 a.m. at rollingstones.com. Your chance to see the Stones.
It's no secret to golf enthusiasts that Timber Creek and Sierra Pines in Roseville are one of the region's most unique and scenic places to enjoy a great game of golf. 27 holes, boundless options. Elevate your game on our newly renovated driving range, putting green, and chipping area. Whether you're aiming for fun, lower scores, or all-around growth, we've got you covered. Experience golfing dreams in Roseville and book your tee time at timbercreekgc.com. Timber Creek and Sierra Pines, your ultimate golf haven.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. Hanley's Kia in Davis is bringing you an unbeatable deal on all 2024 Kia models. Drive home in style without breaking the bank. Introducing Hanley's Kia incredible leasing option for just $199 a month. Picture yourself behind the wheel of a brand new 2024 Kia, loaded with the latest features and cutting-edge technology. Whether it's the sleek Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg, an EV6 with up to 310 miles, the versatile Sportage, or the family-friendly Telluride, at Hanley's Kia, you can also reserve your luxurious full-size EV9 with 3 rows that has the comfort of a stylish interior and the peace of mind that comes with driving a brand you can trust. Head over to Hanley's Kia today, located in Davis.
New 2024 Kia Niro Hybrid EX for $199 per month for 36 months after $7,999 customer cash due at signing plus $300 military customer rebate. 10,000 miles per year and 20 cents per mile after 30,000 miles based on sale price $30,545 and payment excludes taxes and DMV fees and any dealer fees. Vehicle ID number R5136138.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Hello, dare I guess, is hot.
Dare you guess? It's De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter last night, he was 3 of 6. He scored 9 points, had 4 rebounds, 2 assists with no turnovers.
Hey.
He also lit the beam and got the defensive player of the game crown.
Nice.
Good for him. Not good for him at the free throw line.
No.
But we'll take it.
Maybe tonight he's perfect.
I hope so. I really do hope so. I'm looking at the Steve Kerr quote right now. It says, Moses was awesome tonight. Steve Kerr, God, same quote, right? Good for you, Steve. Who's not?
Steph Curry in the fourth quarter. Last night, he was 1 of 5 from the field, scored only 5 points, had 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 block, 2 turnovers, and 3 personal fouls.
Not 1 turnover, but 2 turnovers.
Yeah. Felt bad for him. Also felt bad for Draymond Green and this fan.
Live from a low center. They cheating the Warriors like King shot 21 free throws in the first half. Look at Draymond. You're like, damn, that's a carry. That's all Draymond doing, y'all. That's all he's doing. And he just got a check for that. They're doing everything to keep the Warriors from blowing the Kings out. This whack. This is corny. This is corny. Look at Dre. This is a tech in the NBA. That's the tech. This is whack.
Oh. I almost interrupted him. Sorry. That's a good finish. You know what the difference is? We keep it classy.
Oh, 100%.
It's nice of you to say, like, hey, remember where you're from. You were a trash organization, that type of thing.
Yes.
And I'm personally going to let every single Warriors fan know
Yeah.
that if the Kings ever get to that same situation,
Yes.
me personally,
Yeah.
I will be absolutely worse than every single one of you.
So obnoxious. Chris, I will be on the same. It's the one time, remember what the picture of the Crips and the Bloods holding the bandanas together? Like that is going to be Chris and I on social media for the first time ever, as we're going to be out in front of the low class, obnoxious, these guys don't belong to, they don't speak for all of us Kings fans. Well, we're out there just dropping trowel, and take a look at the eye, pal, because it's been a long 38 years. But we're not there yet. Here's De'Aaron Fox post-game on TNT.
Hey, let's start the show a little differently.
Do you ever find it challenging, Jason, to try to maintain your classy ways when you are literally a class sandwich in between two dirtbags?
Yes.
Okay, here's De'Aaron Fox postgame.
This time. How about De'Aaron Fox joining us?
Oh, great.
That'll
From
work. Sacramento after the 124-123 Kings win over Golden State. Swiper, thanks a lot for taking a few minutes with us, man. I appreciate you.
No problem at all.
So here's what I want to know, because games like this are so different here in the in-season tournament with the point differential and all that. When you guys are down 17 at the half to Golden State, was everybody aware that 12 was the magic number for Golden State? How much was that discussed?
After we were done with our meeting, some of our assistant coaches let us know what it was. But coming back out, man, we wanted to win the game. Obviously this still goes against our regular season record, so we still wanted to win the game, but we did know what the number was.
De'Aaron, Malik Monk, 21 points, but the game go-ahead field goal to give you guys the 1-point lead. What can you say about what he's brought this season?
Man, I think he's done it last year as well, and I think even the year before that when he was in LA. He's a spark off the bench. He's able to play make. He can put the ball in the basket. And honestly, for me, that's not the toughest shot that I've ever seen him make going back to high school and college. So him making that, obviously it's an extremely tough shot, but he's done that for us time and time again.
De'Aaron, you guys have been lows and highs in your entire time in Sacramento. Now y'all are considered a legit contender. Have you noticed how teams prepare for y'all different? Like every night y'all go out, it's like, no, we got to play or they're going to beat us.
Definitely. I feel like there's a respect level that you get in the league once you're, considered a good team. And for me, I was patient throughout the years, obviously a lot of years before me as well, but I tried to stay the course. I tried to continue to grow as a player individually while we were going through those times. And obviously we have a roster that was put together great, and our coaching staff has been phenomenal for us. So it's fun going out there knowing that you give yourself a chance every time you step on the floor.
De'Aaron, individually you've taken jumps over the last 2 years. What have you done personally as the team has taken, but individually, what have you done?
For me, it's continue to stay the course. Obviously, all the questions for me were, what can I do outside the arc? And I think I'm continuing to continue to get better at that year in and year out. Obviously, there are times where I have to take and make tough shots, but when I have those open ones, especially with the way that we play, I have to be able to knock those down. And Luke Lauch has been big for me. Since the day that he was hired, he came down, we started working out, and we've almost seen each other every day since he was hired.
29, 10, and 7 for De'Aaron Fox tonight. The Kings win the group. You'll be home next week against New Orleans, hoping to light the beam and go to Vegas. We appreciate the time, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
That was De'Aaron Fox. Good for him.
That's nice.
And Jason, the Kings win.
Yes, they did.
The Kings won. And I don't know. Can we say we exercise the demon, or do they have to beat him in a playoff series or something? I don't know what the rules are here.
I felt like that's it. Playoffs. Yeah. I mean, should be no different. Let's go back to the Kings and Lakers. Like their Kings beat the Lakers in the regular season. They beat them Christmas Day. They had plenty of good regular season wins, beat them in playoff games. But until you beat them when it really, really matters, I think that's still there.
So last night, it just really mattered. But it didn't really, really matter.
It mattered for the regular season. Yeah. I mean, do you think it exercised the demon? For the time being.
I know this.
But like they play one more time this year at a minimum, right?
Right.
In the regular season.
Yeah,
the Warriors win that and they go 3-1.
Yeah. And then they beat them again in the postseason.
Well, then,
I'm just saying if that happens.
Yeah, then that's you don't have an answer for them.
Then we're back to
right.
Then we're back to okay, well the cup was stupid. We go in and we lose to the Pelicans, we're out of the cup. And then we lose the Warriors in the playoffs. Yeah, you're right. I feel like a lot of the summer be like, go, we got that one win. And we had to get 47,000 free throws to do it. And they missed half of them. But you know what? That's contemplating the negative, Jason.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm about.
You want to accentuate the positive.
Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Yeah. So I got a positive for everybody. You've listened this long. Maybe you just tuned in. We're going to do something nobody else is doing right now. We're going to send you to the Bay Area. But not till July. Levi's Stadium. Rolling Stones tickets available to you right now. Caller 10, rock and roll living legends. Hit the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. Whatever, caller number 10 to win a pair of tickets to experience, not go see, not watch, experience the Rolling Stones July 17th at Levi's Stadium. For more info, visit SactownSports.com. And a little elf told me earlier that we're going to have, I'm not going to say what we have to give away, I think next week, but we've actually been approved to do a contest where we're going to have, it's going to involve Christmas songs.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's favorite. We're going to make you earn it. We'll take a break. When we come back, the one time all day, we're going to take a small respite from Talking Kings because it is Niners at 9. Let's not forget, many Kings fans and Warriors fans will reunite come Sunday around 1-ish as the Niners take on the Eagles, and our insider, Emil Fragoso, will join us. We might talk to him a little bit about the Kings as well. Little Niner talk. Then we get back to the Kings and Clippers tonight. We'll do all that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for Chrysler's Black Friday sales event?
We just added even more savings. Now you can save up to $16,500 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Crew Cabs with no payments for 90 days. That means you get the truck you need and you don't make your first payment until next year. And we have trucks starting as low as $29,995.
Wow. Well, what about the last of the Dodge muscle cars?
Right now, save up to $6,500 off MSRP on new 2023 Dodge Charger and Challenger GT and SXT with no payments for 90 days. And we even have thousands off MSRP on Scat Packs, Hellcats, and special editions too. But you better hurry in. This is your last chance to get one. And we're turning back the clock and saving you thousands with financing as low as 4.99% for 84 months on all new and used vehicles in stock.
See their full selection at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
16.5 total net savings after 11,000 factory rebates and 5,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include $1,000 case construction cash. Must have purchased eligible case equipment from qualifying dealer. 5 net savings. $29,995 truck number 123158. 65 total net savings after 2,500 factory rebates and 4,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 500 first responder cash for eligible first responders only. No payments for 90 days on approved credit through Chrysler Capital. 4.99% for 84 months. OAC through Travis Credit Union. $14.15 per $1,000 borrowed.
KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers fall in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Normally I don't encourage this, but during the breaks, much of our audience is going over to the Bay Area station and just trolling the hell out of their chat. And then hopping back. Yeah.
You don't encourage it, but you're enjoying it.
No. No.
I encourage it.
I mean, I'm all for it. Let's be honest. Just you know what? Just walk around like peacocks. Stick them tail feathers out for a day. Joining us right now, he ain't a snack. He's Emil. He is our Sactown Sports 49er insider. Emil Fragoso. Good morning, Emil.
Good morning, Dave. Good to see you here after a crazy last night.
Yeah, this is actually this is an honor for you. I mean, obviously not just being on the big show, but also you are the impetus to the one time today. We are 3 hours, almost exactly 3 hours. In program. This is the first time we are stopping down talking Kings to talk something else. It's because of you.
Wow. Yeah. I feel really honored. That's for sure.
But that being said, let me ask you your thoughts on last night's win.
Let me tell you, boys, it was kind of a journey for me because I had turned the game off after the first quarter. I had got upset. I wasn't happy. I was like, it's another Warriors loss for us. It was one of those times. And then I slowly saw them creep back on my phone. I turned on by the 8-minute mark, and I had a great time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then you get that out of the way, Jason, and there's other stuff going on this week.
Well, there is, but I mean, you turn the game off.
I see when they hit every single shot in the first quarter. I can't.
Wait, hold on a second. Yeah. I'm gonna tell on myself here. I'm doing like 13 things at once, and I totally did the whole like I heard what you said, but I didn't really listen, and then I turned it over. Did Emil say you turned the game off?
Yes, he did.
What I missed? When'd you turn the game off?
Like I'm trying to think when I did. I was on the phone with my friend too, and he was making fun of me. So I was like, all right, I'm done with this. And it was like I think 5 minutes left in the first half. I think I turned the game off for a little bit, took a shower, and then just kind of reset because I was like, I'm not going to be upset tonight. I don't want to watch the Warriors smoke us again. I don't want to do this. And then they came back. And I turned the game back on with the 8-minute mark left in the game, and I watched the rest of the game. And pretty much the rest of that 8-minute mark, I was like, we're gonna lose this game because we can't hit free throws. We're gonna lose this game because we can't hit free throws. And then somehow Malik Monk makes that shot, and we win. It was one of those really unlike Kings things over the years for us.
It's nice to see, right? Yeah. As Emil is brought to you by Timber Creek Golf Course. Visit timbercreekgolfcourse.com to book your tee time today. All right, so Emil, this week, the showdown in Philadelphia. It's here. Niners could have got a little more help if Philly was able to lose last week. That didn't happen, but still, the game that group has circled for so long is finally here. What's your thought now that we've made it to week 13 for the Eagles and the Niners?
I mean, it would have been a lot more meaningful if Philadelphia lost to the Bills like they were supposed to in that overtime game, because then the Niners could take the tiebreaker and have the NFC lead if they beat Philadelphia in Philadelphia this weekend. But because Philadelphia won, now they can only shorten the lead in the NFC by 1, and they're still within reach, but they need some help after this week from Philadelphia. And it's possible they have Seattle as well on the schedule too and all that. But I would have loved to see it be a one-off or like winner takes all kind of game. But in terms of what's to expect and how everyone else is feeling about it, Niners especially, it's just another game on the schedule for them. They're really not trying to make a big deal out of this. They're really trying to just go, it's another game, it's another week. Obviously, there was a lot of trash talk in the past, but we just want to focus on going 1-0 each week. That's kind of what they've said so far.
But they were the ones doing the trash talking.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're lying. Let me be clear. I'm not saying like you're making stuff up or you're getting it wrong. You're covering the team and you're relaying what. But we're not. Come on, we're not buying that. They couldn't shut up all offseason. And again, diehard Niner guy here. But they were whining and crying all offseason. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Brock Purdy, Schmurdy, Turdy, whatever. And now we're back. Like I refuse to believe that they're looking at this game like they're looking at the Buccaneers or something.
And as do I, but at least what they're telling us, that's what they're telling us. Sure. Meanwhile, the Eagles players, A.J. Brown and all them, are trying to troll Niners media right now, trying to get a rouse out of them from the Eagles fans. So there's more kind of trash talking coming from Philadelphia side than there is a Niners side right now, which is a little surprising.
Well, and you had Hassan Reddick kind of alluding to that I think it was Monday. He said, basically they were doing a lot of talk and blah, 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 and put up or shut up. You have a chance this weekend. I didn't really disagree with anything he said either. I don't know that. I think at this point, Emil, I don't know that it's possible to have any bulletin board material. They're all professionals. They're arguably the two top teams in the NFL. This is arguably the regular season Super Bowl, and we focus on the chip the Niners are going to have on their shoulder going in from last year's bad memories. Well, the Eagles lost a Super Bowl. They've got a whole bag of ruffles on their shoulder, so there's going to be we need some dips for those chips because everyone's going to have them this weekend.
Wow, that was a really good analogy there.
Thank you.
That was excellent. But yes, there's a lot of chip on the shoulder for both sides. Yes, Philadelphia. I don't know if you noticed, every single time Jalen Hurts scores a touchdown, he doesn't smile. He kind of just walks off the field this year. He doesn't even celebrate. He's just really angry at what happened in the Super Bowl. That's actually his screensaver on his phone is that Super Bowl loss, which is really telling of a guy who just wants to win it all. And so that's a very feared person for sure for the Niners. And then for the Niners, it's just about getting back. Getting back on a game that you thought could go a lot differently because you lost your starting quarterback in the first quarter and were pretty much rendered helpless because, respectfully, Josh Johnson was not going to win you that football game. It was going to come down to Brock Purdy winning that game for you guys and helping you guys lead the offense. And they just weren't fully healthy. And so it was one of those, man, what could have happened if things went differently? What if? Well, now we get to figure that out because Brock Purdy is a potential MVP candidate this season. The Niners are rolling right now, and the Eagles are also rolling. So it's really a two Titans meeting at the middle.
Emil, the 49ers in all their wins, basically, I think have won by 7 or more, mostly double digits, some comfortable games. The Eagles have had this knack for winning the close calls here lately. They could have lost several games, but they've got just the one loss. I don't want to say how concerning, but does this game need to be more than a score lead for the Niners to win? I mean, how would it be if this is, down to the end in a one-score game?
If it comes down to it, it's just so hard to pick Philadelphia when it comes down to these one-score games because Philadelphia has done the opposite of the Niners this season. The Philadelphia has won all the grit and grimy games this season, all the one scores, all the late, comeback win. The Niners, on the other hand, have blown pretty much everybody out. In the games they had to come back, they've struggled to. So it's really what style of football is going to win out this week. I could see the Niners taking a lead and then Philadelphia coming back in this game, really making it close. And it's going to come down to, like Fred Warner has said in multiple weeks, we have to win these grit and grimy games. We have to win the close games. Where the Niners, for a reason, we have a standard. We can't be losing these games. And they're going to get a real test this weekend in Philadelphia. This really could be the matchup you see in the playoffs in the NFC Championship game as well.
Better not be down in the fourth quarter. It's a Kyle Shanahan team, right, Emil?
Correct.
So, obviously, when they go, well, what's changed between last year and this year? Well, first off, Brock Purdy isn't an amputee sitting there with a floppy elbow. Secondly, you had Javon Hargrave switch teams. The Eagles got the huge steal that they added to their defense in the draft. And I think we underplay DeAndre Swift in that backfield. Which team do you think, counting Brock Purdy being healthy?
Yeah.
Which team do you think improved more from last year's playoff game? Do you think Purdy's enough to make it the Niners?
I think the Niners have improved. I don't think Philadelphia has. What I've seen from Philadelphia last few weeks, especially in the Chiefs game and then the Buffalo Bills game, is a very beatable team. Their defense is not the same. They give up multiple scores. I mean, they gave up 31 points to the Washington Commanders, and they're no good team to even write home about. So I do think the Eagles defense is definitely lacking, and it's going to be about getting home for them and winning the battle up front, which has been the biggest thing for the Niners, is if we can win the trenches, we kind of have it in the bag. But against Philadelphia last year, it was really, really tough. And now that Javon Hargrave is now a Niner, no longer an Eagle, I think that's going to help them. And I can see the Niners defensive line overpowering the Eagles offensive line possibly.
Hey, did you catch that in that answer?
What?
Not one, but two we's in there.
Oh, yeah.
I think if we can win on the line. Do you hear that? Yeah. He's a journalist with a capital J, and it's game week, baby. He can't even avoid it.
It's real.
Yeah.
Emil, what's the benefit that the Niners got out of, honestly, playing Thanksgiving night, right? They got a win. They beat a rival. They beat Seattle, but they get extra time for this Eagle team. What do you think they will try to do with, obviously to get bodies healthier and more fluid there going forward. But what about scheme-wise? What kind of benefit will that be for them, you think?
For them playing on 10 days extra, you're saying, Jason?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's just going to help with extra rest, just in terms of being healthy. I do know that Aaron Banks, Spencer Burford are probably going to play this week. That's a good sign for their offensive line. I know John Feliciano has been a really, really good fill-in for Burford, especially at that right guard spot. He was very good against Seattle. And I do think they're going to kind of rotate Burford and Feliciano in more because that worked a lot last year with Daniel Brunskill when they kind of had a rotation going and kept bodies fresh. I think that's going to happen as well. And then on top of that, the Niners also just activated rookie defensive lineman Robert Beal Jr. from Georgia. He could possibly be active this week. And I know, why we need another defensive tackle, another defensive lineman. They are so stacked at that position. Well, building strength on strength on strength is never going to hurt you. And the Niners right now just need to have buys. And at the end of the day, it's going to come down to can their secondary hold up, especially after losing Talanoa Funga and George Odom the last 2 weeks.
Hey, I'm blanking here. Who's the guy that just got released and is going to the Cowboys or Eagles? You were tweeting about
Shaq Leonard.
Shaq Leonard. Anyway, how real is that? You thinking he ends up with Philly?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking he ends up with Philly.
Me too. Yeah, that's not great.
I don't know why the Niners aren't looking into it. Why aren't the Niners involved in this? Why aren't they involved in getting Shaq Leonard?
Is it time for John Lynch to go?
Next on 60 Minutes. Anyway.
Yeah. When you look at these teams, Emil Fragoso joining us, Sactown Sports Niners Insider, and your home of the Niners, Sactown Sports. The similarities, other than the 2 games that separate them, which is the most important number, Eagles 5-0, Niners 4-1 at home. Both 3-0 in division, 6-0 for the Eagles in the conference, 6-1 for the Niners. Here's the interesting thing. The Eagles and 49ers have both scored 310 points, exactly 310 points in 11 games each. But as you kind of alluded to earlier, the Eagles have given up 246 to the Niners 170. I guess my question is this: how much are weather conditions then going to play a factor in this, and which team does the bad weather favor, in your opinion, if that's what happens?
Yeah, you must be looking at the weather updates right now, Dave. It's going to be rainy Sunday. It's going to be one of those, just like in the NFC Championship game, it's going to be rainy, it's going to be poor conditions, and I do think that favors the home team, the Philadelphia Eagles, because they find a way to just play grit and grimy and physical and just run the football and use Jalen Hurts as a mobile quarterback in the option. And I do think that that's kind of the Niners' kryptonite over the years, especially with mobile quarterbacks, is you saw it last year against Chicago and Justin Fields. He was able to run over the field on them and just, keeping guys contained in the pocket. Yes, they have a really dominant pass rush. Yes, they have all this talent. But when the front four don't get home or when they kind of break down in coverage, lapses happen. And that's kind of the thing right now with this team is that can they just not shoot themselves in the foot? Because if they don't do that, they're probably going to win all these games. But the Niners, especially against Seattle in that third quarter last week, they shot themselves in the foot and really gave Seattle the door wide open. They're like, hey, we can make a comeback here. And thankfully, they did not. The Niners came back and did what they did. But that's where they're at right now is can the Niners go into Philadelphia and play a perfect game? And I have to believe it. I have to see it before I can believe it, honestly.
You think McCaffrey will be able to run on him?
I do. I do think McCaffrey will have a good day, but I also think that there's going to be some weird. Is there a pick? Is there a fumble? You just don't know, right? McCaffrey had those late fumble issues last year, and he had a couple this year as well. People, drop the ball. Ray McLeod's been kind of weird on punt recoveries and on returns. Something weird is going to happen in this game. I just have that feeling in my gut of like something unusual and like unexpected is going to happen. It's going to change the tide of this game, and you just hope it's going to go the Niners' way, but you just don't know.
Do we see Bosa and Young meet in the middle of Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You think they'll get to the quarterback this weekend?
Yeah, I think they'll get to quarterback at least once, maybe twice, honestly. Those two are playing at such an elite level right now as a combo. The Buckeye bookends are really no joke. They're really just playing like they were in college, and they really look so Bosa has now taken the lead in sacks, by the way, for the 49ers at 7.5, I believe, after only having 3 before the bye. He's been unstoppable since they came back from the bye week. He's just been everywhere, and I think that's partially because of Chase Young and just taking the pressure off of Bosa because you can no longer double team on the outside. You can't double team Bosa, and you can't double team Chase Young. Someone's going to have to go one-on-one with these guys, and respectfully, as great as Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata are, Bosa and Chase Young are just different kind of beasts.
That's Emil Fragoso.
Yes.
49ers, Sactown Sports Insider, right here in your home of the Niners. You can hear it here. We'll, of course, have Greg Papa Friday morning for you as well. The voice of the 49ers and the best coverage you will get anywhere as the Niners attempt to march towards the Super Bowl. Emil, appreciate you. Thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
All right, that's Emil Fragoso. We will take a quick 1-minute break. When we come back, hey, there's a Kings game tonight.
Do it all over again.
No cup. No. I mean, why even
They
play?
the Warriors?
Surprisingly not, but they are playing LA and the Beard and the Claw and the PG-13 and the Russ. Will there be low-class West Brick chance? I hope not. Kind of. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll preview it next.
Can the Niners build off their NFC Championship appearance from last season? How will the quarterbacks perform throughout the year?
Purdy back, now going to throw for the end zone, wide open, Brandon Ayuk is on fire!
Will the defense lead this squad again?
Intercepted! Ball got tipped up and taken by Fred Warner!
Get all your 49er coverage throughout the NFL season on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Yep, 'tis the season. Hi, if you're like me, you take pride in your gift giving. Well, I've got a terrific idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift free from the Good Feet store. If you have someone on your list who's on their feet all day, has sore feet, knee, hip, or back pain, or even plantar fasciitis, maybe needs an energy boost, or just wants to maintain their active lifestyle, a Good Feet Arch Support gift card could be the perfect gift.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
In attack mode, gets into the lane, starts left, goes right, feeds the pass to Vazenkov, shovels it out to Herter, back to Sasha, quick release for three, nothing but net. That one was up in the lights. Check that ball, it might have frost on it. Wow, 106-98, Sasha Vazenkov.
See, those look like Biff Tannen, clean shaven. I don't care. Marty McFly, Biff Tannen, who gives a crap? Sasha Vazenkov was huge last night. And everybody played a role. Everybody played a role.
Especially the refs, right, Dave?
Yeah, like they rig it for the Kings. It was just so rigged and it was just the worst. And of course, I mean, without a doubt, of course, the NBA wants to see the Kings in the NBA Cup, because Kings, New Orleans, rather than having Steph, Clay, and Draymond, and yeah, of course, dude, the refs were in on it. It was crazy.
Adam Silver told Vivek, all right, if we give you the in-season tournament, can you guys stop talking about Game 6?
Right, that was the deal.
We can't give you a championship, but
right. I'm not abiding by it, by the way. No, thank you. Also, just some interesting NBA notes. There was an interesting hustle and bustle, if you follow sports business, as the widow of the late casino magnate Sheldon Adelson.
Good at business.
Sold like a couple billion plus worth of shares in her company. And the purpose listed, somebody got a hold of this, was to buy a major league level franchise. A lot of people jumped to think that it was going to be the A's from John Fisher, but there's that clause in there that heavily penalizes John Fisher if he sells that A's team anytime soon. A lot of people jumped to say, well, it must be for the pending expansion franchise. Mm-hmm. But remember, that's almost certainly going to LeBron James. That's been the rumored deal now for a couple of years, that LeBron James will retire and become the majority owner of the Las Vegas expansion.
Which he's openly talked about.
Say that again?
Which he's openly
talked about, exactly.
Tampering.
Very much so. The ultimate tampering. Yeah. Turns out it was something that no one had in mind, which is she bought a majority share in the Dallas Mavericks. And Mark Cuban, who
did she do it on Shark Tank?
Well, that's the weird thing. Weirder thing is Mark Cuban recently left Shark Tank, and now he has divested himself of majority ownership of the Dallas Mavericks. But it's unique. Well, here's the thing. Everybody's writing about this, and it's a very unique situation, is though Mark Cuban will not have the majority of shares, he will retain full basketball control and I'll make all basketball decisions. Yeah, it's not unique. You want to know how not unique it is? That's what's going on in Sacramento. Most people don't realize that Vivek Ranadive is not the majority owner of the Sacramento Kings. Like, full straight up. Not people assume he has like anything from 51% to 80%. No, he is not the majority owner, but, and this is not uncommon, by the way, he has full control and he is the face of the franchise from an ownership level. So Mark Cuban really kind of moving into a Vivekian role, if you will. And he gets to, when he bought the team in the early 2000s, he bought him for, I think it was $285 million. Wow. And now, and I believe Mark had almost, if not all, the shares of the Mavericks. He had, through the years, just bought everything up. He sold at least 51% at a $3.5 billion valuation. So Mark Cuban pocketed the better part of $2 billion, and in exchange gets to pretty much continue to do what he is doing. I mean, they're writing it into the contract. So it's not like she can fire him.
Paid more to do what he was doing before.
Makes you wonder what Mark's up to, because he's up to something. This isn't the end of this. A lot of people are actually speculating. I don't believe this, but they're speculating he might make a run at the big White House.
Really?
Yeah, just kind of a third party deal. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do wonder. He didn't just sell his shares and leave Shark Tank very quickly near each other just because he felt like it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's nothing bad.
Right.
But we'll just keep an eye on the whole Mark Cuban thing. Also keep an eye on tonight. Kings Clippers tonight. The Clippers and Kings played some good basketball games last year, including what I do believe is the greatest regular season game.
That's so much fun
in basketball history. It was just fantastic. Clippers coming in at 7-9. They are just 2-6 away from home. Here's something very interesting. When you want to talk about a trap game, you want to talk about the Kings played their hearts out last night. The Clippers are favored.
Really?
By 1.5 points.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. That tells me somebody knows something.
Yeah.
Now, remember this, because later today, like, let's just assume Keegan's out again. You know, we hear that, I don't even want to verbalize it, but let's just say somebody on the team aggravated something and stayed in last night, but will miss tonight. It's a very interesting thing for Mike Brown. Now, assuming everyone's healthy, of course, everyone's going to play and do their thing tonight. And you also have almost 3 full days off.
Right.
Until Denver Saturday. But you also now here's something that the NBA Cup, we talked about point differential. Well, what about this? What if for example, let's say a team is playing, I don't know, Sunday. In fact, I'm wondering, are any of the Cup teams? Here's what I don't know. Are any of the Cup teams playing Monday?
Well, the Kings are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
apologize.
Are they playing Sunday?
I don't know. This is a guess because the rest of next week's schedule isn't placed out yet, but I would think they would want to highlight the Cup games and put everyone else maybe Wednesday, Friday.
Okay, so Monday
and Tuesday are the knockout games.
Okay, and so there are no games this Sunday.
Correct.
That's okay. So then the Kings play, if they win, they would play Wednesday or Thursday. Okay, so then
Thursday. If the Kings win Monday, they go to Vegas.
Okay. I guess what I'm asking is there any teams that the Cup game would be the second game of a back-to-back? In other words, the Kings I see are not playing Wednesday, but is there a team that is playing in the Cup Thursday potentially that is scheduled for a game Wednesday?
No.
Or is there
So I think the teams that didn't advance, I think, are going to play Wednesday and Friday is my guess.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because the Cup semis are Thursday in Vegas, and I think the championship is Saturday.
Yep, that's correct.
This whole thing's going to be over in just over a week.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say is you wonder if coaches are at some point are even more motivated to pull guys if you're in the middle of a blowout or something where you have to actually think about, well, we want the regular season game, but we want the Cup game more, which, by the way, counts in the regular season with the exception of the championship. They are playing tonight against the Clippers. And you've got problems there potentially. Say what you want about James Harden, but he's a guy.
Yeah, someone's got to guard him.
Paul George loves playing here, loves playing against us, always has. And Kawhi Leonard's Kawhi Leonard. Now, Russell Westbrook's fairly easy to guard. Just be 10 feet off of him and make him beat you from outside. And I'm not entirely kidding about that. The Kings should win this game on paper. I think they're a better, we can get all blinded by the names. But this is a team that has, and I'm talking about the Clippers, that has not performed much, if not all, this year. They've had some absolutely terrible losses, including, you look on their schedule and go, oh, well, hold on.
Yeah.
They lost to the Nuggets. Yeah, they lost to the Nuggets without Murray, without Jokic, and without Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a team that's better as the year goes on. They're not there yet, but I don't know. Watching them a couple times, you can see how it can work, possibly. But there's a lot of there's a lot of errors out there too for that team.
They are coming off before the Nuggets, and they haven't played since that Nuggets game, so they've had quite the time off. They did beat the Mavs at home by 19. Lost to the Pelicans in the game before that, which Kings fans know very much so. Is a thing that can happen. But they also had that 6-game losing streak right in the middle of the Harden trade.
Oh, yeah.
That's really, really hurting them. But they are 7-9. They are dead last in the Pacific Division. So it will be quite interesting tonight coming in, just really how it all comes down to energy. And one thing we haven't mentioned all day, Jason Ross.
What's that?
First game back from a long road trip, and look what happened. The Kings actually got better as the game went on.
They did.
That's something that historically has been very bad for them, and that's something I was thinking about in the first half. Here we go again. It's just like we talked about yesterday. It's another first game back from the road trip loss. They exercised a little bit of that demon as well.
Yeah, it was good for them to do that. I mean, I didn't like the way they began, but they found a way through that. The other part about tonight, too, it just makes you wonder. There was a vibe. There was a belief in the building. There was stuff at stake. The amount of storylines that were there tonight's different, and doesn't mean you let off the gas, but they got to ramp it up tonight.
Yeah,
Find a way.
I think the fans can play a very big role tonight as the sixth man.
Yeah.
I think for anybody going out there tonight, that it's easy to understand that maybe this is a trap game, or maybe the energy will be down. You got to get right back up, and you got to make sure these guys are into it as well. We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch tonight? Obviously, Clippers Kings. We've got to recap 3 in the Key from last night, and then we'll get to 3 in the Key for tonight before we get to Crosstalk with Styles and Watkins. Don't go away. Last half hour of the show is next.
It's that time of year again. Sactown Sports is welcoming Santa back to town for the 40th annual Santa Parade, Saturday, December 9th in downtown Sacramento. Grab the family and join us as we celebrate Santa's arrival with marching bands, superheroes, cheer squads, and more. Parade starts at 10 a.m. at 14th and N.
We'll see you Saturday, December 9th in downtown for the Santa Parade with Shriners Children's Northern California, California National Guard, and Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning. Get more information at SactownSports.com.
Winter is coming. I know you know that, but are you prepared to keep your family warm all season long? At American Energy Heating and Air, their goal is to exceed your expectations of the heating and air industry by valuing the customer experience and making your home comfort system as efficient as possible for the most value. So book your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. Prevent dangerous gas leaks. Extend the life of that furnace and save on your energy bills. And here's the guarantee. This isn't a sales call. They're not getting in the door so they can try to sell you a bunch of stuff. No, they're just going to do what they say they're going to do. Call today to schedule an appointment at 916-520-9990 or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. Get your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. 916-520-9990. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
At Elk Grove Honda, we make sure every certified pre-owned Honda is one we'd buy from ourselves. At Elk Grove Honda, in addition to our lower prices, we include many benefits that a private seller just can't match. Our Honda-trained technicians only certify our Hondas if they pass a thorough 182-point inspection, and our certified pre-owned Hondas are under 5 years old, so you know you're getting the newest Hondas in prime condition. See our exceptional selection of lower-priced certified pre-owned Hondas in the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
The sewer system. It's probably the last thing on your mind, and that's okay. Because at the Sacramento Area Sewer District, it's our first priority. As the region's largest sewer utility, we own and maintain thousands of miles of sewer pipe. And our job is to get to your sewer problem before it interrupts your life. So whether you've got a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night. The Sacramento Area Sewer District. It's a dirty job, but we're happy to do it.
This segment is brought to you by Light the World.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Want to thank all of you, regular
and irregular,
part-time, new listeners into the show. Want to remind you, if you missed any of it, and this has been a fun show, of course, go to Sactown Sports' YouTube page. Just search Sactown Sports, and you can watch not just this, but any old show on demand. Fast forward, rewind, do all that. Cast it to your TV. Watch it on your phone.
Yeah.
And, of course, your regular outlets, the KHTK, Sactown Sports app, et cetera. Don't forget Sam Amick joins us tomorrow at 8.
Kelly Brothers tomorrow.
Kelly Brothers will join us tomorrow. Greg Papa on Friday, when we all reunite as Niner fans, Warrior fans, and Kings fans. Put down the vitriol and reunite and back those Niners against the Eagles. Chris, give us a NBA bet if you would. Something basketball-y. Want to get this out of the way. Make sure, because we're behind. That's my fault. First off, Jason Ross, let's recap last night's 3 in the Key.
Yeah, this was a thrilling game, obviously won by the Kings. We asked these 3 questions to you, me, and to Christopher Laud. We asked each team's largest lead of the game. Well, Dave, you said Warriors 7, Kings 13. I said Warriors 8, Kings 11. Chris said Warriors 6, Kings 17. We're all pretty far off.
Yeah, we were.
Largest lead for the Warriors was 24. Largest lead for the Kings, opening shot of the game, 3-0 Kevin Huerter.
Yeah.
Largest lead.
3 points, largest lead, and then win by
1 by 1. All matters.
Isn't that really like the fighter that's getting the kicked out of him for 11 and 8 rounds, and then just lands the knockout blow at the very end.
Yeah, even the way it started, like Huerter threw, like, yeah, here we go, let's go, and then I think they had the lead. Last lead was like 10-8, and then that was it.
I think if last night was scored like a boxing or MMA fight, I think it would have been a unanimous decision for the Warriors.
Yes.
But it's whoever's left standing at the end, and the Kings threw the KO punch.
Yep. We also asked, because he's been a killer to the Kings, Kevon Looney's offensive rebounds.
Offensive rebounds.
Dave, you said 3. I said 4. Chris said 2. He had just 1.
Oh, and he had and props to Kevon Looney. Got everybody crumble cookies, I believe.
He did. Night. He missed those. I mean, that's part of the Warriors' self-destruction at the end. They had the challenge they probably shouldn't have challenged. They lost their timeout. Draymond had a critical turnover. Looney misses 2 free throws. They took Moody out. Yeah, I think they self-destructed.
Self-destruction. You had it for self-destruction. What? All right, what else?
Then random stat. Davey said Trey Lyles and Draymond Green would jaw with one another. It felt like it was close.
It was close. I mean, remember Trey Lyles just absolutely annihilated Draymond Green.
That's what it looked like. He looked like he was really hurt.
Hit the deck. It was terrible the way that Dre, and the weird thing is, Trey managed to do it without even making any contact with him.
Video lies. They edited that.
AI?
Yeah.
Allen Iverson?
Yep.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
Chris said that Trey Lyles would score 15 or more points. He had 11. I felt that was pretty good.
I'd give him Chris gets an attaboy.
Yeah. And I said Malik Monk would have 20 points or more. The game-winning basket put him at 21.
Oh, Jason Ross with the walk-off. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. Okay.
There you go.
What just happened? I don't know. Well, we recapped 3 in the key, actually.
Yeah.
You literally did it.
Oh, yeah, that's weird that I didn't know.
Okay, well, let's switch.
Okay, switch.
And let's do 3 in the key for tonight.
Oh,
hey!
Second verse, same as the first.
It's more basketball. Give me the ball, 'cause I'm gonna dunk it. All right.
It was a trouble spot last night, Dave.
Sure was.
Tonight's a new night. We're asking for Kings free throw attempts and makes.
Why I oughta. Give me 14 of 22.
Okay. I have 21 of 26. Chris?
I'm going to go 15 of 21.
15 of 21.
I went 14 to 22, 15 to 21.
Oh, I wasn't kidding.
Close.
All right, next up, we are going to go with Kings bench points.
Bench points for the Sacramento Kings, because last night they got 48, I believe.
Okay.
I'll go 38.
Oh, wow. I have 39. Chris?
One more time.
Kings bench points.
Kings bench points. They will have 32.
Okay. And lastly, Dave, the random stat. Something different, something weird, something odd, something that you're going to remember.
Give me... Why am I laughing thinking about it? Give me a Kevin Huerter dunk.
Oh, okay.
Dunk a road.
Like a pretty good one, or
no?
No, he just dunked
it's like a breakaway where he just jumps up and just does a two-handed boop. You know, one of those. Although, dude, come on. What Kevin Huerter taking off at like forearm to the forehead, just going Sabalos. How sick would that? Okay, who on the Kings, if they broke off like a sick dunk like that, would get the biggest, craziest reaction?
Keegan.
It wouldn't be Keegan. I mean, Keegan's done. That's a great guess.
Davion would be up there because he's the smallest.
Yeah.
Sabonis would be a little unexpected.
I really do think Huerter would get a crazy reaction. No one's expecting it.
Sasha,
that would be amazing. Just a put back. Then he just straddles whoever he knocked to the ground, does the chop.
Like if JaVale was like completely going by himself and just
went for it.
Yeah. Did a 720.
Goes off the back rim. 50 feet.
Okay. All right. My random. So it's just a Huerter dunk.
Huerter dunk. I feel like that's a random stat.
That's
too.
pretty good.
I think there's been like 2.
Yeah.
Ever. Don't be afraid of 30. Ken.
Yeah. Maybe dunks to get over 30.
That'd be the best. He dunks to get 29 and 30.
Yeah.
And then we all rush the court. Don't do that.
Okay. I'm gonna say that Harrison Barnes makes all of his shots. Perfect field goal tonight.
Oh. 0-0. Sorry.
Wow.
Just saying.
Chris?
Rich. Why did I say Rich? James Harden.
Rich Harden. That's his brother for State Farm.
James Harden will have a single double.
A single? So like
less than 10 points.
Oh, wait.
Triple single.
Okay. Single double.
Single double. Triple. All right.
What's that? 21, 8, and 8? Is that a single double?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So don't forget. We got it. We're the grind for an NBA fan, Kings fan specifically. It's a grind, and this is why. Look, everyone. This is why you show up early for camp. This is why you stay in shape in the summer. This is why you don't overeat at Thanksgiving. Everybody has to be back on their game tonight. I understand we had a long, stressful, psychologically taxing game last night. I understand that tonight's opponent is under 500. They're obviously an LA team, so we pretty much own them usually. You know, I mean, what are we, 5 of our last 6 against the Lakers? I saw that. But you look, lesser teams are going to come into this barn, and the Kings have a target on their back. They're going to look up and see guys like Sabonis, Fox, Vezenkov, and they're going to hype their game up a little bit. Yeah. And as fans, you can't just sit back and rest on your tushy and just wait for the wins to come. You got to get out there and find that flipping dog, as Miss Lippy said in the Adam Sandler movie that you haven't seen, Billy Madison.
I've seen that.
Remember, she's reading the
puppy
that lost his way, and
yes.
he says, "You got to get out there." Okay. We'll take a break. Listen,
look,
I don't want to spend too much time on this book, but you got to get out there and find that dog, and maybe.
Bark, bark.
If you're a certain type of dog owner, you're searching for that dog with frowny piles of poop along the road. Hi. See him do that on Bay Area radio, suckers. Carmichael Dave, yeah. Carmichael Dave, yeah. For Supreme Source, super premium dog food. Bark is right. It's a victory bark from Victory Puppy, Gus the Bus, or his full name, Augustus Decimus Maximus Meridius Puppy Dog III, used to have just not great movements. Yeah, he's a French bulldog. Yeah, they're high maintenance, but then I got him Supreme Source Super Premium Dog Food Bark, and everything's great. Everything's wonderful. His Tommy is feeling great. He loves the food. 6 different flavors. You know what's funny? He likes them all. Now, he's also a little truffle pig, and he'll eat a lot, but he can be picky. He loves it. Loves the organic seaweed, loves the antioxidants, loves the fact that he's the only shareholder they answer to. By the way, those 6 flavors are all interchangeable. You can give them a different flavor every day. You don't have to wean them off of one into the other. They're not going to turn into a poo sprinkler if you do that, like other foods. Yeah, Save Mart, Smart Final, Safeway. I get mine at Winco. Go to SupremeSource.com for more information. Supreme Source, super premium dog food. Bark, bark. Do more for your puppy's tummy than rub it. Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies, Crosstalk, and more coming up right after this.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Good Guys Heating and Cooling has a deal going on right now that you cannot miss. This summer was much shorter and cooler than normal, so that means Good Guys is overstocked and ready to clear out their warehouse. They've got inflation-busting pricing on a brand new heating and air system for just $82.99. No other company is offering a replacement system that low. Call Good Guys now at 530-GOOD-AIR to see if you qualify. That's 530-GOOD-AIR for a no-cost qualification appointment. Best service, best price, guaranteed. And that's no bull. License number 1057-618.
I always approach the holidays with a sense of excitement and a time to be with family. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa for Naturewood Home Furnishings. For me, the best times were when there were 3 generations all celebrating together. Today, we're the grandparents, and the holiday spotlight shines on my grandson. And I hope he'll remember holidays the way his papa does. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create your own kind of holiday memories during their holiday home sale. Unique gifts found only at Naturewood, like hall trees, curios, chairside tables, and more, are available at savings of 20% off. During Naturewood's holiday home sale, you'll find savings all around the store for every room in your home. Find your perfect bit of Christmas for your home at Naturewood Home Furnishings Holiday Home Sale going on right now. The memories you make with your family will live with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Looking for the best deal on a new 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4? During the Black Friday sales event, Knight Elk Grove Dodge has it. $16,500 off MSRP. Plus get no payments for 90 days. Save well over $16,000. Only at Knight Elk Grove Dodge in the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovecdjr.com. MSRP $67,995. Net price $50,997. Under $6,700 dealer discount and $10,199 in rebates. By the disc price sample NPN 598835. Cancel over 3023.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories,
Hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
And Chris Watkins and Alan Stiles. Good morning, gentlemen. How you doing, Chris?
Great.
Are you?
Yes.
Did I see you tweet something out last night about were you channeling your inner Aisha?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, something about being rigged.
No, the game was rigged. It was very clear. I mean,
rigged for the Kings.
I normally wouldn't say anything, but it happened literally in front of my face. So I was watching it live. So
can I take this time to?
Yeah, I saw it live. Or else I wouldn't have said anything.
Can I take this time to personally apologize to both Chris and Alan last night?
Of course.
At halftime, kind of came out swinging because I was so angry with the Kings play that I kind of just yelled at everybody.
Yeah? Good for you. Good for you. Were you just
How'd that go over?
Yeah, how'd that go over?
I didn't know. I just walked out.
Just yell and leave.
Alan, I don't completely know your history well enough to know, was this the most intense game you've been to at Golden One?
At Golden One? Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Even though, I mean, Lakers overtime was cool, but nothing like this.
Nothing like that.
Nothing like this.
Was it strange for you having switched sides and lighting beams? And I will tell you this, the amount of Warrior fans that legitimately feel like that game was rigged.
It's hilarious.
For the superstars of De'Aaron Fox.
Superstars of Sacramento.
DeMontis Sabonis and the big market of Sacramento is pretty crazy.
It was something else. I'm starting to worry. I mean, you have the Bay Area. We know how expensive it is down there.
Yeah.
And, you would think everybody would have to take an economics class, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I had one person tell me, because I said, hey, guys, very similar to what you said. Hey, guys, don't you think that even the hate watching, let's say the NBA had a vendetta against the Warriors. Don't you think they would want to keep the Warriors in it so that everybody would keep hate watching?
Yes.
Somebody replies to me and really thought that they got me, and they're like, yeah, but what happened tonight? Everybody got what they wanted, and the Warriors lost.
What?
So they blew it out on a Tuesday night.
That's right.
To get those numbers against the Kings, and now you don't have the Warriors for the rest of the in-season tournament that you've been shoving down our throats.
Makes sense.
Like I said, Silicon Valley, I thought that there were some bright people down there, but the economics classes, the business classes, I don't understand. It's simple business.
Sounds like people need to touch some grass. That's what needs to happen with their feet. Honestly, the only thing that makes me feel great is that these people breed and vote. Yeah, they actually do. It's true. They do. They could be next to you in the shopping center. They could be driving next to you. These are real people that have real jobs and real responsibilities, and they literally think the NBA rigged the game for the Kings. Okay. Rigged. Exactly. So you guys will be talking. I imagine you'll be talking at least a little bit about last night's game.
A little bit. We have the round table with our guys, and that's at 12 with Frankie and Brendan, and then after that we'll kind of flip over because you got the Clippers tonight.
Have fun with that, by the way, because we experienced that. Have fun doing the Kings Warriors all day and then like flipping to the Clippers. It's like you're going out to Morton's and then you grab a McDonald's sundae afterwards. Like, it's fine, but
wow, that was a really good analogy.
Thank you very much.
I was like, wait,
thanks, Emil. Wow, who knows? Yeah, good luck. And thank God we didn't have to come in here today and be like, well, we lost the game, but we were still alive for the cup. I didn't want to. I said earlier, the analogy was like my wife leaves me for another guy in Ohio, moves out there, and then the guy goes, psych, I found somebody else, and then she moves back in. Like, yeah, I still have my family together, but my wife doesn't smell the same. I'm just saying,
that was
like,
a really good analogy.
What city in Ohio?
Yes, that's the important thing.
Beaverton. I don't even know.
Wow.
Is there a Beaverton, Ohio?
Interesting choice.
Celebrity birthdays. Brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Crumble Cookies brought to you by Kevon Looney.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Choked in the face of DeMontis Sabonis. Dominating.
Kings didn't miss any free throws yesterday.
As I said, fun fact.
Kings free throw defense.
Kings missed more free throws than they did in Game 7 of last year. Kings missed more free throws than they did in Game 7 of 2002 when they went 16-30. The Kings did everything they could to poop away the game last night, but somehow in the end, as we said, they threw the knockout punch at 2:58 of the 12th round of the boxing match. So
it's a win.
Yeah, it's a win. A win's a win's a win.
So we can't blame free throws for Game 7 anymore? 2002 is what I'm hearing. Because of
course we can. I mean, come on, we're going to lose
Rigged.
something. Yeah, it's rigged. Jason Ross, celebrity birthdays.
Okay, happy birthday, guys, to Howie
Mandel.
Long.
Wait, we met your mother.
That's a good one.
You guys got it with
That's
Howie
so
Mandel.
solid.
How was Howie Mandel today?
Howie
He's a
Personnel.
germaphobe,
now.
isn't he?
Yes, he is.
He's
That's a
very
germaphobe,
big. He and Howard
like the
Stern,
biggest one?
huge germaphobes. This is Howard is a psycho germaphobe.
No, but you have to be Howie or Howard.
Howie, yeah, maybe it is. Cosell did not like germs. Alan, Howie Mandel, funny enough, you wouldn't think this. He's 66. Yeah.
You would not think that.
You would not think
You
that.
would not.
Definitely not.
I'm going maybe 59.
Oh, God, no. That's a terrible guess.
Now I get it.
Now you get it.
I'll say 58.
63.
Carmichael Dave for the win.
68.
Wow.
Yeah,
Told you guys
that
it
one
was
kind of
66 plus 2.
Yeah.
To be
I might become a
fair,
germaphobe.
yeah. To be fair, I have not seen him since the one where you guess the boxes.
Deal or No Deal.
Deal or No Deal.
Oh,
So
that one.
in my mind,
That's
he
exactly
still
what the
looks
show
like
was.
Boy, I have that wrong. Bro,
Wilson, the GOAT.
the
Pro
muscle.
is where I was going.
It is Russell Wilson. Happy birthday
In
to
the rest
Russell
we
Wilson.
trust.
That's right. 34 today.
That's a really good guess.
Wait, who's the guy? Howie Mandel.
There's no way he's 35.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So 33, okay.
35.
Okay.
What do we have? 33, 34, 35?
We do.
36.
Well, we have a correct answer. There is no way he's 35. He is 35. Chris
Wow.
Watkins. You thought you had it.
I did.
Yes, good job.
Yeah, great.
All right. Happy birthday to
That's great.
Mariano Rivera.
Oh, you didn't do the whole Mariano.
Mariano.
We had a lot of Mariano guesses.
Happy birthday, Mariano.
I will say this real quick. This came across randomly on my Twitter timeline last week. When Derek Jeter and Andy Pettitte went out to the mound to grab Mariano on the very last time he was at Yankee Stadium. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this clip where the manager sends those two out to remove Mariano and get the ovation, and he just breaks down in their arms. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's one of the coolest clips I've ever seen. Yeah, I know. Mariano Rivera is his number today. He's 42.
I think he's older than that because his son is on the come up. I think he is 49.
I think he actually retired at 42.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm pretty
Such
sure.
a knob.
I'll say 51.
Oh, my God. 52.
Good adjustment, Chris Verlot. 54.
Yeah, I knew he was up there. Shout out Panama, by the way. My mom's
Panama.
Go check it out if you haven't been.
Shut up, Panama.
Yeah.
What is Panama?
The canal.
Mariano Rivera.
Oh. You're talking about like the country, Panama. I was like, is that a restaurant down? What are we doing here? Oh, I would like to go to Panama.
It's very
someday.
nice.
Is
You
it?
should definitely go.
Good beaches.
Great beaches.
That's what I've heard.
You gotta go.
Shout out the canal.
My great grandfather worked on the canal. Shout out the canal.
Hey, shout out the canals. The Panama, the Suez route.
Imagine this. Our country didn't treat them all that well when we were building.
There we go. There's Chris.
Sounds
Oh, my
familiar.
God.
On the show.
No history of that.
Yeah, Chrissy Downer.
Happy birthday,
History happened.
Dawn.
Dawn. Oh, this is tough because it could be a lot.
Bishop Don Juan.
Dawn Drysdale.
Mattingly.
Oh, good one.
This is a Jason-led.
Geronimo.
Happy birthday to Don Cheadle.
The most forgotten.
Like Don Cheadle. He played.
Got a great crowd reaction.
It was Iron Man, the other Iron Man in the thing, and then also
he robbed the record store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don Cheadle. He's gonna be one of those guys that is older than we.
Yeah, I was thinking Howie Mandel.
He's been in movies since like the 70s.
Yeah, he's 62.
Yeah, that's where I was headed. Yeah. I'm gonna go 60 on the nose.
Love Don Cheadle.
I'll say. How old was Howie? I'll say 66.
65.
Alan for the win, 59.
Wow, there you go. Younger than we all guessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Julius.
Caesar. Nope. Randall. Isn't that Julius?
It is Julius Randall.
There's Julius Caesar.
Peppers.
Okay, not Julius one. Was it Caesar?
Julius Peppers.
Yeah.
Orange
Julius. Irving.
Oh, Irving. Yeah.
Julius. Randall. Is Randall
From Remember the Titans too? Julius.
Julius Peppers.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Julius Randall. How old is Julius Randall today?
Alan, he's 29, isn't he?
He's also going to the in-season knockout stage. That's your guess, 29?
Yeah, 29.
No,
Julius Randall L.
I think he's 31.
No.
29, 31?
I'll say 27.
28.
We have a correct answer. Carmichael Dave, 29. You know, you went to his party.
Randall. Yeah, we were there.
Happy birthday to Brian.
Bottom of jump shot. Oh, Brian
Scalabrini.
Boitano.
Sabian.
Why not?
Scalabrini, Boitano, Sabian.
Gumball.
Right? Gumball. I'm going to need help on his pronunciation. Baumgartner, but it's Kevin from The Office.
Oh, Brian Baumgartner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Madison's
he
brother.
spilled the chili. Yes.
He did spill the chili.
I undercook the onions.
62.
Yeah. 64.
Oh, 62,
56.
56.
54.
Christopher Lod for the win. 51.
51?
Yeah.
Oh, not the healthiest guy.
That's not great.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jamal.
Murray.
Jamal
Malcolm
Charles.
Warner. Yeah.
Charles.
I was going to say Charles.
Smith.
It's Jamal Mashburn's birthday.
Another University of Kentucky guy. Monster Mash. He is 42.
Yeah. 44.
49. Up higher.
46.
Chris Watkins for the win. 51.
Come on.
Man, Watkins would be
Tell
great in the audience at Price is Right.
Yeah, right.
All of it was there.
Just colonoscopies everywhere. All right, guys. So you're going to talk Kings today?
Kings today.
That's the plan.
More Kings then.
We talked Niners for 12 minutes when Emil came on. Are you talking anything but Kings today?
I don't think so. I think we're only doing
Niners for later in the week. Fridays are normally our NFL day, and there's so much to get to because we're acting like, I know you use the Mortons and McDonald's, but at least the Clippers, there's plenty to talk about there because they're a mess in their own right.
We were saying maybe the purple light was shining in on their hotel rooms.
Probably was.
Yeah.
And then we got this visual of James Harden pulling his beard over his eyes with a headband to cover so he couldn't see. All right, these fellas got it next. They'll have you all the way until 2 o'clock. It's a big, big Kings victory day for Jason, for Chris. They absolutely killed it today on the editing and everything else. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Light the beam. Bye-bye now.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown!